Hey Rob, hey Doug, how you doing? Glad you guys can make it. Welcome to my Thursday Night Live, and I'm going to be discussing the Cheer County Flea Market, which I'm going to be coming up this weekend. I am leaving there for there tomorrow. I'm going to be meeting up with Herbert T. Outdoors. He's actually at the campsite right now. He's picked out our site already, and I'm going to be Ian and I are going to be heading out there tomorrow after Jenny gets off work. So, hi, honey, how you doing? Doug says, honey, I'm home. ¿Cómo estás? Muy bien, very good. Hope things are going well for you guys. I really appreciate you guys being here early. Now, I am going to be pulling a wagon for this challenge due to the fact that I can't carry that much. So I can pull more than I can carry for some weird unknown reason. So, yeah, I'm going to say so a lot. A lot of my gear is to be pulled in a wagon, which is not a part of the challenge. It's just making it easier for me to carry. I'm going to be using my cane for this as well, so that way I can keep myself balanced. How you doing, Rob? How you doing? Hey, see, Herbert T's right there. He's already on site. Yes, it's raining. Is it sprinkling hard there, Dan, or is it? Keep me informed. He did say that we get some decent Wi-Fi, signal there, so that's not too bad from the site. Like I said, Ian and I will be coming in tomorrow. Soon as Jenny gets off work, I'm going to be picking him up about 2, and we're going to go pick up Jenny, come back, load up, and head out. So we might be there about 7:30 maybe. Okay, you'll be in the wagon. You'll be in the wagon. You're going to be on the wagon or off the wagon? Hey, Molly. Now, let me put the invite out there, folks. Sorry about that. I haven't done that yet. But here's the... I am off work tomorrow, so I get to stay a little later than I want to, that I can really need to, but there I'm going to do till we get things figured out. Hopefully everything goes well this weekend, and we get some really good gear, really good video, just good company. Not necessarily in that order, but that's what I want. Oh no, you're not going to be. I'm not pulling you. You're way over my limit. I just got a simple little folding garden wagon. I can't be pulling that. Or unless you're pulling my leg, then you can just pull my bad one off for me. No, it's fair due to the fact that Ian's thought process is going to be a little jumbled because he does have ADHD. And yes, he's on medication for it. And we're going to see what happens when you let him loose in a flea market to come up with the items that he needs, which is part of the fun. So we're going to see what he comes up with. I'm going to know what I come up with. And I have not heard yet if my daughter is going to be there yet, but I'm going to, hopefully she is. I am going to copy and paste that to her page. And if everything goes well, she'll be popping in here and we could decide if she's coming or not. I'm really hoping that she is, because it'd be really cool to have her there with us. I just sent that out. So please share this out, folks. I really greatly appreciate it if you do. It also depends if Ian's wearing his combat boots or not. No, I was not. I was unable to get a cabin, Molly, for 2 reasons. One, it was gone. Second reason, I couldn't afford one if I wanted to, because not the rental for the cabins were $70 a night, but they also wanted a $100 deposit on top of that, which is way out of I could not afford that. And still be able to do the challenges and stuff. So we're going to be camping. It's going to be interesting to say the least. I am going to ask Ian if I could borrow one of his cots for me because I can't. I'm not sleeping on the ground. I am going to go downstairs, pick up my sleeping pad, my sleeping bag. I've got my pillow and my blankets and stuff for that already. Nope, I'm not. That's way out of my price range there, Rob. And I've never was a rock and roller, not at all. But it's going to be interesting to see how things turn out. We're going to be meeting up with Dan tomorrow, hopefully sooner than later. The only hitch we have is that Jenny can't go because she's got to work. So the link is in the chat. If anybody wants to come up, you're more than welcome to. Yeah, we're going to be trying to get. Mine's going to be basically the C's of survival. And before anybody thinks there's only 15 C's, there's a ton of C's. You just got to figure out how to think about it. So I'm just going to call mine the C bag, which is really interesting since my name is Colan and it starts with C. So the biggest one is this C right here. Been off the wagon since 86. That's when I graduated high school there, Doug. I'm had to cut cost on my New Orleans leg. Canceled the hotel. Sleeping in the car. Not ideal. Have you thought about trying to find a campground or something like that there, Rob? Being able to acquire a tent or something like that would probably be a lot easier than trying to sleep in your car. EDC bag. You're not wrong there, Dan. You're not wrong. And as Dan and I are going to both be attempting to try to find our stuff for carrying everything in, our knives, our cutting tools, all that fun stuff, and within our budget within a day. So that's going to be interesting to see how that turns out. And will we pull it off? That's the biggest issue. Can we get everything we need to fill out a decent Bugout bag or Mayday bag, since or if anybody's interested, it will be a Star Wars day when we go in on Saturday, since it will be May the 4th. And we're going to be, Jenny asked me to pick up, I volunteered to get Jenny a Star Wars item if I can find one. I can't guarantee what it's going to be, though. Something to carry the body bags. You might find a body bag. Who knows what we're going to find there? There's over 700 vendors at this place, and it's going to be a really interesting thing. Yes, it is free comic book day, but I'm sorry, flea market, free comic book day. Unless Green Arrow's giving away comic books, not my choice. I'm going to go for something I could actually use. But if you can find me a Green Arrow comic book on free comic book day there, Rob, please send me one. Green Arrow is my hero, plain and simple. I am going to be looking for all the C's I can think of, and then some you probably haven't thought of. The one thing I am bringing, the biggest one I'm bringing with me on this particular trip is C is currency, just to cover getting this done. Ian's got his money. I'll get mine. I'm trying to hope my daughter shows up, and hopefully she's got hers. And then we'll find out how this is going to go. And this is going to be fun. I can get her. Oh yeah, I can't wait. I'm going to be camping. Oh, there's another C. Camping. Companionship. Yes. It's gonna be fun. Now, I will be showing off a video of the Watch Your Flea Market in a second. If anybody's interested, I will show it off. And if you want to see it, please put a 1 in the chat. Make sure you don't forget to like, share, subscribe. I'd really appreciate it if you would, please. And if you do have commercials, please let me know what they are, because I'm kind of curious what there is out there. I haven't looked at mine yet. I do need to do so right now to find out what commercials I have on my channel. Apparently, my first one is ipvanish.com. What I guess it's a IP address protection thing. Let's see what my second one's going to be. My second one is autodesk.com. No clue what that is. It's just one of those commercials. Cookies. Yes, cookies could be a definite thing. I would say, coffee and bacon, but bacon's not a C word. But coffee is definitely going to be part of it. And once again, if you want to come on up, the link is at the top of the chat pinned, so you can come on up. And it would have to be chocolate chip cookies to be precisely on the C deal. C bags. Triple C. Chip cookies. Yep. Jenny says it's a triple C. Hey Blake, how you doing, brother? Now, was it yes or no Canadian bacon? Definitely not Canadian bacon. That's just ham. And how you doing there, Jason? You're more than welcome to come up if you're wanting to. Yeah, I'm just getting ready to show off the video for the Watch Your County Flea Market, and you guys can get a judge of how big this thing actually is. I believe that Cornfed has been there multiple times, at least. So I'll be playing this shortly. Give me a second here. Let me get this up and running. And here comes Jason. Canadian bacon is not on my list.
That's on mine.
Oh, it's always on yours.
I need to get some more coffee.
Coffee is definitely on the list. Now, I'm going to be showing this off in a second here, folks, so that way you guys can get an idea how big this thing actually is. Here it goes.
Spring, summer, and fall, a treasure for all. The Watch Your Flea Market is a prime destination for flea market enthusiasts everywhere. Rated as the #7 must-attend flea market in the country by Better Homes and Gardens, the Watch Your Flea Market is the weekend home of over 400 vendors who occupy 750 spaces on 20 acres. Since 1977, the Watch Your Flea Market has built a reputation for being one of the best flea markets in the Midwest, with ample space for parking and a large grounds for buyers to explore the treasures that await them. The flea market is held during the first weekends of May, August, and October, where 9,000 people from over 30 states converge on the small town. A variety of items are sold, including antiques, collectibles, vintage tools, glassware, jewelry, records, and much, much more. The Watch Your Flea Market is located at the Keokuk County Fairgrounds in Watch Your, Iowa, on Highway 21. Just search Watch Your Flea Market on Google Maps and let navigation do the rest. Don't miss out on one of the best flea markets there is. And if you can't find it at the Watch Your Flea Market, you probably don't need it.
That's cool, Blake. Yeah. chunky chocolate chip cookies. Oh yeah, he upped the C's.
Yeah. So, no, when we were in the Sacramento area, we used to go to a place called Denio's.
I think you mentioned that once.
Yep. 40 acres, and it was every weekend. Friday,
How often
Saturday,
did you go?
about once a month.
You get lost there, don't you?
Oh yeah, they give you a map.
Oh, there's a map for this, but I have trouble trying to get. I've been trying to get it to pop up. I can display it, but it's not letting me do that. But I can share it on the screen for those people who want to see how what kind of acreage we're talking about here. We already know how many acres it is. It's 20 acres, but like this one here. Give me a second here.
Yeah, because that place had permanent vendors.
Well, they don't have permanent
Yeah, I know.
vendors here. Here, oh man.
And there was the one in Phoenix too.
Yeah, this is the. Oh, see, can I go any bigger on this one? I don't know if I can expand this or not.
It's the one over in Phoenix.
There you go. That should help. There we go. Yeah, that's going to take me most of the day just to get through half of it, especially if I'm hobbling like I am. They do have some concessions. They have bathrooms and stuff, but majority of it is mostly either campers or tents or some other outdoor display, just like you would see at any other outdoor flea market. And the buildings that you see listed down below here, those main ones, with the exception of the Thomas Hall, which is the main dining room, that's all they have. They sell food there, but the rest of the shelters are usually other vendors that have multiple vendors inside that. So like you would indoor flea market would be. So that's be like the bigger buildings like 7 and 9 and all the others. And it just, and there's some that's got multiple vendors within stalls. And it's just an amazing place to go to that just looks around and see it. 2A friendly. Does that mean open carry? Jason, could you clarify what 2A means?
Second Amendment.
Basically open carry. Iowa is open carry. We're allowed to open carry here. And you don't need a license. So if that's what you were asking for, yes. But they do sell firearms there. They do sell pretty much everything there. I've seen cars for sale there. If you like flea markets, I love flea markets. It's the thrill of it's like a treasure hunt. But I'm on a specific hunt this year, so that's going to be a lot different than what I have been before. Hey, Cecilia, how you doing?
Hello, Cecilia. And Blake, Rob on the road, and Dan, and Pest Hunter, and Molly.
Yeah, I was wondering if you're going to mention your wife. She was like one of the first ones in, next to Rob Cornfed and Doug.
In South Florida, yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to remember the place in Phoenix. We only went to it a couple times.
Technically, a car could be considered one of the C's. It would be. Because that could be considered a bug out item.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. If you can purchase it there, but if you got to figure out how to do it for under $100. No, yeah, car would definitely be under the C. Pretty much everything can be classified as a C eventually, depending on how you think about it. But Jason would probably go looking for air rifles first.
Oh, yeah.
I would look.
I would just go from booth to booth to booth.
Yeah, and the thing is, like they said, there's 400 vendors in 700 spots, and seven. It takes a long time to go through 700 spots,
Yeah.
and myself, with me being injured, it's going to be it's going to be more of a challenge that way because I got to do it as if someone who's bugging out with an injury. So there's that.
And Tyler just went live.
Yeah, well, I didn't get the notification because I'm already live.
No, I just happened to see it.
Yeah. Did I ever get the notification?
Yeah, you have to go to your YouTube site to see it.
No, I'm actually looking on my YouTube site. I never got the
I'm
showing no notifications.
I just saw it pop up just now.
Is it over with for his, or because I don't see it?
It says now.
Which is weird.
I'm checking it out now.
I'm
Oh
looking
no, it's an actual video, not a
not a live.
yeah, because it does not say live.
Okay. Welcome back, Rob. Emergency tiramisu, I think Jenny would agree.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it is live.
Well, the thing is, if it's not showing up on my home screen, my home page, because I'm looking under lives, and I see Storm Chaser, Vince Velocity, Max Velocity, and Big Grow TV, Grow Big TV.
Yeah, he's on.
I don't see Tyler anywhere.
Yeah, he's in there.
Well, I mean, I have him under my list, but he's not showing up. I just subscribed and resubscribed.
You have the bell ring for it?
Yeah. I just did the whole thing one more time, and I'm going to go back and try again, see if it pops up. But it should.
Yeah, he's making body armor for the Ren Fair.
Ah.
And Cornfed already is over there.
Yeah. I just did everything, checked my live list. He's not on it.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. He should be there. I got no notifications whatsoever. Johnny Small Pepper contacted me. Oh, there's a notification. Yeah, 2 minutes ago. It just came up. I like it, but I'm not going to stay on there. So I'm going to be in the background. Cat would definitely fall under that one, under companion. Yeah, that'd be an option. But yeah, we're going to stretching on the C method now. We're just going to try to stick it to something I can carry. Even though, no, technically max over my limit. Because Mac weighs over 13 pounds. But no, even though I'm going to be carrying everything my wagon, I am not going to be physically carrying my bag. I'm probably going to have Ian do that once I get everything purchased and stuff and brought into the truck. But yeah, from the Bugout Bag stuff, it's going to be interesting to see how it comes up together. Finding the bag for me is the important thing because I got to find out if what I get will fit in my bag.
Yeah.
Though I have heard methods that get your items first, then find your bag. That way you can find a bag that fits. Now, that method is great, but what do you carry your stuff in until then? Because I have 1 day to do this, from open to close. And I got to get all the items I can think of for under $100 and still have something to carry it in. My wagon doesn't count. So that's going to be interesting. I am going to be bringing my water, but that's because I'm going to need water as I'm doing this anyway. And my ibuprofen. Chimp. You're stretching things there, Dan. Okay, besides your air rifle, what would you get? What would be the next thing you get there, Jason?
Oh, I don't know.
But then also, how could you fit that within $100 budget?
You're not going to.
I mean, the odds of me even finding a bow or anything like that is going to be tough.
Molly says a funnel cake.
Yep.
Food.
Jenny already agrees on the funnel cakes because that's one of her specialties, and Ian's too, actually.
Ian asked me the other day if we could make funnel cake and Bonnie lemonade.
We could probably do that, but making Bonnie's lemonade may be tough because finding the citric acid is the problem.
And kettle corn.
Kettle corn. I'm not a fan of kettle
I
corn.
can't do it anyway.
Advert: cheap Chinese tires and hotels. Okay.
And beef jerky.
Jerky, I can understand. We might be able to find that. Finding meals or calories or consumables or whatever you want to call it is going to be a challenge.
And honey.
Honey, we might be able to find. We might be able to find honey. We never looked at some of the booze that had those kind of things.
Oh, by the way, Gerbert, that's called a trunk monkey.
You're not wrong. I've seen that commercial.
Those were just brilliant commercials.
It helps me make money on my since I am monetized South, because I am like this close to being paid $100. The second $100 ever since I got monetized 2 years ago.
Wow, it took you 2 years to get that. Wow.
No, I got the first one within about a year, and I got like $108 the first year. But the second year, nothing.
Yeah, I'm up to 6 cents.
Well, that's on your Rumble, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You could if you wanted to go that route. There's nothing wrong with that.
Ooh,
Now,
I got another one. A conibear trap.
that would actually fall under multiple things. It could also be under calories or consumables because you're trying to catch or acquire those items.
Yeah, the trap will hunt 24 hours for you.
Yeah, but the thing is, you're also stuck in that location.
You don't have to leave it there all the time. You can move it every night. It decreases the odds, but
But the thing is, if you just have that, that's all you're relying on. Me, I would go with a fishing pole.
oh yeah, if you got that too.
Now, it doesn't mean you're stuck doing just one of those things. Like we just mentioned, it could be multiple items. Personally, I'm not using this one, but I'm just using this one as an example. If I was going to do something like that, I would go with right here.
Yeah.
That itself, it's just you can have multiple hooks out, you get multiple chances of catching something, and yeah, you're more likely to get calories that you need. But you might end up with more calories than you need, but just as long as you can, smoke most of it if you can, and that kind of thing. But that would be your good way to put something calories in your Bugout bag.
Well, not just the calories, the proteins.
Protein, calories. Fishing pole is not a C. It's a calorie. It would probably go under calories.
No, we'll call it the catfish catcher.
It is a catcher, technically. Catfish, it depends. Because you might not get catfish. You might get something else.
Or a cast net.
You might get a turtle.
Hey, still food.
Yeah. A clam. There's only one family member here who's got clams, and it's not neither one of us. It was Ian. But that would follow under C. I would personally, if I would have been able to swing it, I would have gone with a bow fishing setup, because I could use it for both hunting and fishing.
You know the best way for fishing? A big rock.
Well, a cast net would work too.
Yeah, I say cast net.
What did I say? Cast net.
Yeah.
Hey, Mandy.
Hi, Mandy. But like I said,
she's on the tractor.
yeah. Believe it or not, a rock does work. A large rock.
Well, I can't lift a rock right
No,
now.
I'm talking about like 5-10 pounds.
I'm worried about tipping over.
Yeah.
So I think we should say, Mandy, we think her tractor is sexy.
the more round, the better.
Yeah. Well,
And do you know how it works?
no, I don't.
Okay, when you throw the rock straight down and loft it up in the air and land into an eddy of a creek, that's where the fish are going to be, where they use less energy. And what that does, it creates what's it called? Like a depth charge effect.
Right.
You plop it plops air in there and it expands and collapses really fast, and it slaps the water, and it stuns the fish.
I don't know if that's legal in Iowa.
It's not legal almost anywhere, but like I said, in a survival situation, you need food. You get your food.
Now, like I said, if I could find a cast net, I would look for that. Because I know one vendor that's always in the same area generally that does nothing but fishing supplies. So he might have a cast net possibly as part of his haul.
Hi, Jeff.
Hey, Jeff, how you doing? I didn't share out that much, which is really interesting, but thank you.
Yeah, and by the way, that method does work because my brother did it
Okay, good to know.
years and years and years ago.
I know another method, but it's highly illegal and hard to do nowadays.
Well, yeah, if you can find it.
Not dynamite, folks. There's another method.
Yeah, you use the plant and it stuns the fish.
There's that one. That's actually historically accurate, though.
Yeah.
The Native Americans did that one. No,
Yeah.
another method is actually using an old crank telephone.
Yeah.
Shock the fish. But I am not going to be doing that because that is highly illegal as well.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to be sticking to the more acceptable methods that I can carry.
But what I'm saying is, in a survival method to get food, you need to do what you need to do until you can get help, or you are found.
Yeah. But also, you got to be able to carry some of these methods with you, too.
Oh, yeah.
That's the biggest thing. I mean, that's why you go with the lightest method you can affordably carry.
Yeah, there's always rocks next to a creek, by the way.
But the thing is, you're not always going to find the fish that you're thinking of.
Yeah.
Or your rock may not be perfectly round,
Well, it
or
doesn't have to be perfectly
some other
round.
reason.
The rounder, the better. Any rock will work.
Yeah.
Anywhere
So-
between 5 to 10.
Fishing poles are going to be the most easiest one to deal with because you're going to be able to find those pretty much anywhere, due to the fact that they're plentiful, especially like here in Iowa. And Jason knows where there's tons of fishing poles at. Especially if he were back in Arizona, he'd be near his dad,
Oh, yeah.
and his dad is like decked out to the nth degree. If he didn't have one, he can make one. And that's always a possibility. Myself, that would be just one method. I'm still going to have to work on cover. I'm going to work on cutting tools and combustion and all the other fun stuff, containers. And I am probably going to end up looking for a lot of backpacking stuff because that's what I know, or even Boy Scout stuff, which is pretty plentiful, actually. Cast iron is another one. Finding a decent little cast iron skillet is going to be easy to find, difficult to appropriate for under $100, because cast iron is very highly praised.
Oh, Rob, I
Nice
can do you on that one. He says Chuck Norris.
We mentioned Chuck Norris on Tuesday.
We forgot Chuck Connors. He's got 2 C's.
Which one's Chuck? Chuck Connors. He's the rifleman, right?
Yep.
Okay. Let's see. If I was going to do that one, he's not a. Angus MacGyver doesn't count. So sorry.
No, he doesn't have any C's.
I know. As I said, he doesn't count. But yeah, we're not. He is the Chuck Norris is the ultimate survival tool. We're not going to be bringing him in.
Oh, yeah. He's got Chuck E. Cheese. And
Chuck E. Cheese. Chuck E. Cheese can bring the pizza, but I'm trying to lay off the pizza. Now, I will be looking for any vendor that might have MREs. I don't need a lot of MREs, but at least one into the pack is enough.
Oh, by the way,
Consider a part of it.
Dan, what tastes better, the Chuck E. Cheese or the raccoon?
Huh?
Which one tastes better? Chuck E.
I wouldn't
Cheese
know.
raccoon. I've had Chuck E. Cheese pizza before. Not all that great.
They had a Chuck E. Cheese across the street from Jenny's workplace. Is it still there?
Oh, yeah, it's still there.
Yeah. Cards, yeah.
Put it this way, Peter Piper Pizza is better than Chuck E. Cheese's.
I would say Bob's Your Uncle is better. And you probably never heard of Bob's Your Uncle. But yeah, cards will be on the list. Now I'm going to try to get the basics first. Shelter, cutting tool, container, something for cooking, and cordage. And to be able to carry it all. So those would be the basics. Then if I can get anything better, I'll work my way in. But I also going to be looking in the oddball places such as near the trash cans and see if I can either trade or borrow any of the stuff I already have. Better. But you never know what you're going to find until you get there.
Hey, if you find a good line of the masonry line, that's pretty good bank line for fishing.
Well, is that like the chalk line stuff?
No. This is the one they use for the masonry to make sure all the blocks are all level and straight.
Oh, it's sort of okay. What do they call it?
It stretches. It's called
No,
masonry.
there's a with a weight.
The plumb bob,
Plumb line.
it's better.
That's the whole point, Cecilia.
Yeah, it's almost like a 200-pound limit on there.
Yeah. Cecilia, I know I'm not going to be able to get everything under 100. That's the part of the challenge. What can I create with $100 within that budget? Try to get as much as I can.
Doesn't mean if you find something there that somebody wants really bad and you bought it before they did, you can work a trade.
Like I mentioned that. Yeah. Braided line, mason line is good. The thing is, one of the vendors I was mentioning, the fishing vendor, it's where I got the Zepco 808 from for $5 last year. He has some of the biggest tables of nothing but fishing stuff. I wasn't looking for braided line at all. Doesn't mean it's not there. I just wasn't looking for it. Now that I'm looking for particular things in my Bugout bag that I'm building, I am going to do my best to get those items. Now, am I going to get everything on the list? Oh no, not even close. But the thing is, it's a start. It'll be the best I can build with what I got. Because in a given situation, you're not going to have the budget to buy high-end stuff. You're going to be able to buy what you can afford, whether it is a basic tube tent, not the survival tents, mind you, or it could be a kid's, let me correct myself. It could be a ice fishing shelter. Now, the ice fishing shelter is not the ideal shelter because it is made for ice fishing and is very, very heavy, but it is shelter.
Yep, it keeps you out of the wind. It's insulated.
And it does keep you out of the rain. Is it perfect? No. But it's shelter. So I have no idea what I'm going to come up with. I'm going to do my best to get the best I can. I'm going to try to find a blanket or a sleeping bag of some kind.
Even
I'm
a
gonna try
tarp
to
to make a good cover.
A what? A tarp, if I could.
Yeah.
If I could find a tarp, if I could find a decent old poncho, military poncho, that would work too. But exactly. Any shelter is better than none. And here's a really big C on that list. There, Jason.
Candy?
No, Cecilia.
Oh.
She's a prepper, so that would be a good one on the list, wouldn't it? But you could be able to get her out of her house with her walker and stuff, so that would be kind of tough. But But I will try to do my best at finding whatever I can. It may not be ideal, but I'll get the best I can get. And I'm going to be looking through bargain bins, rusty knives, you name it. But I'm going to try to find the best I can find.
A
Now,
rusty knife is full of iron.
huh?
A rusty knife is full of iron.
Well, I'm also going to try to find a compass. I'm going to find some kind of either kindling device, such as a flashlight or even a candle or a lamp or some kind. Matches, lighter for starting fires. Even if I just happen to find a very usable 9-volt battery and some steel wool, that would be count as my combustion for getting fires going. Chert. Yes, chert is actually very prevalent in Iowa, so that's not going to be too much of a difficult, especially since Dan already told me there's a lot of chert in the area of the lake we're going to be camping around. But that's not part of the challenge there, Dan. It's free, but not part of the challenge. They do have a lot of plans for poncho conversion kits into shelters, Rob. So I was actually looking at some of them online, and they're not cheap at all. But they're supposed to be really good because some of them I seen one video on YouTube of a guy who actually made one into a hot tent with the smoke going out the hood hole where the hood is at. So interesting choice because everything snapped together and made a nice little miniature hot tent. Now, I am not going to be able to find a camp stove or anything like that, but I have no idea what I'm going to find until I get there. And I know it's going to probably take me all day to even get a quarter of the way around because of my knee. But I'm going to do my best. I'm going to be taking a lot of breaks, but I'll do my best. I'll record a lot of stuff. I will not be uploading anything until I get home because I don't have the bandwidth to do all that. But I will record the stuff when we're at the encampment. I'll try to go live with my phone to show off some of this stuff. I'm sure Dan will probably do the same. And we'll try to show off what we can, what we have. I have no idea what Cliff's up to tonight. He's probably still in his garden.
Yeah.
He may be showing up shortly. I don't know. Now, Cliff would be another C I would love to have on my list because he's a gardener. One of the best container gardeners that I know. So, yeah. Construction garbage bags. Good choice there, Cecilia. That would be a good one. If I could find is it 3mm or 5mm, Jason?
Either one.
The thicker the better, right?
Yeah. There we go. Okay. There's my sunset line. Like I said, the sun hasn't set here, so he's still got another 2 hours of daylight.
Yeah. It depends on how long he's planning on being out there. And it depends if it's raining, because he said it was raining the other day, I believe.
Oh, no. I'm looking at the radar right now. It's clear.
Okay. I have no idea. You pay attention to the weather more than I do.
If it's windy, it'd be a different story. Yeah, it looks like we're going to get hit again tomorrow.
We have like a 50-50 chance on Saturday.
Yeah, like I said, we got over 3 inches of rain last night.
Yeah, we're planning. One of the things I will probably end up trying to find outside the challenge is probably going to be some kind of pop-up shelter.
Yeah.
Like an awning. Help keep things dry. Whether I need it or not, Jenny has been wanting one for home anyway, so there's that. We're going to see what we can find, and everybody's going to have their own way of thinking about what they can get. Like Jason's is different than mine, and who's different from Molly's, who's different from Jeff's, and so forth. And that's the part of the challenge. And also, it's more of an exercise in critical thinking, because being able to think outside the box. Because finding an item or items that can be used for more than one thing is probably is key for everything. And we're going to have to wait and see how it works. I got just a little over 2 hours, 24 hours to go. about a day and a half before we start, and I will try to do an intro video of all of us together and getting started, and we'll do one at a closing one as we're done, and we'll find out what we all have at the end. So
Yeah, I just now checked our rain gauge. Since January 3rd to date, 36.64 inches of rain.
is that standard?
We are 50 to 52 inches a year, so we're already halfway.
A machete would be under a cutting tool, yes.
Yes, cutting.
And by the way, Rob, you mentioned something about Batman items. I did find something at work today that you might be interested in, but you might kill me once I tell you what it is. I found Batman toddler slippers, if that counts. Because I'm sorting shoes. They do have quite a few hiking boots and stuff like that. Footwear is not on the list, but that would be under clothing. So if we can find suitable clothing items that'll help you in your quest to bug out, that could be under the list. Whether it be proper boots, proper jacket, if it's raining out. Wool socks, that kind of thing. Those are important things to keep your with happy feet means you're happy, alive, and moving. Excuse me. Now, I would love to find a machete since I don't own one. I have an idea where one is here in town, but I can't afford it. They want like $50 for it. But that's an antique one. But this one here, I'll be happy with a steadily, mostly non-rusty one if I can find it.
A Harbor Freight would be fine.
If they have one.
Yeah.
So, like I said, they according to the website, they said 400 booths and 700 slots. So there may be over 400. So I don't know exactly what everybody's going to have, and it depends on how far I can actually physically get.
How you doing, Wyatt?
How you doing, Wyatt? We're not going to be buying them from Walmart there, Wyatt. We're going to be looking at the flea market. Yep, I'm sure I'm probably going to be able to try to find several options on the machete front. I'm hoping that the ones I do find, I could probably bargain them down a little bit, because that's one thing I like about flea markets, especially outdoor ones. You're allowed to bargain.
Yeah. Oh, don't forget your fork, knife, and spoon.
That's part of the cutlery.
Yeah.
At the C. This when I put my C bag together, you guys will. I will try to justify each item with a C name of one kind or another, but it will be basically C's of most of the stuff. Emergency blanket. That would probably be under containment, maybe.
Comfort.
Yeah, there we go.
Comfort, and yeah, that'd be under comfort. A pillow would technically fall under that too, by the way. But I've got to be able to carry it. I mean, the best I could probably do when I get done is put everything in the bag and stand and hold on to it, but I won't be able to walk with it. I'll be standing still, showing that it can be carried. Or I could just use Ian as my model. He's just a skinnier version of me. That's 2 adverts you've had in the last little while there, Rob. Geez. I'm checking something. Do I got another one? Oh, this is one that Jason can approve too. Midway USA.
Oh, yeah.
They're doing a reload video. Looks like maybe 30-06.
Oh, those of you who are powder burner fans, Pyramid Adventures now has powder burner stuff.
That's cool.
Ammunition. Yeah. They're trying to compete with Midway.
I'm sorry, Jeff. No, I got the advertisements balanced. They're not like every 5 seconds because I think Rob got like over 20 commercials in the single 2 hour period. Don't ask me how that happened.
That's
But
because he's overseas.
yeah,
Yeah.
I will do.
We'll blame it on that.
Like I said, I've got stuff lined up. I've got my eye on.
Oh, there it is.
So it's gonna be interesting. I am gonna try to. If I do get a tarp, I'm gonna lay everything out on the tarp and explain everything that I got. And if I have anything left, I'll actually give you a budget of what everything costs and a breakdown. Now, I won't be able to put it on the screen or anything like that. I'm just going to basically talk about it because that's a lot more editing than I know how to do.
Masonry line.
Huh?
Masonry line.
Okay, if I could, now that I know what it looks like, I will see what if I can find it.
Yeah.
That's also, you know what that's like to me though?
What?
That's 200-pound test, right?
Yeah, it's good for bank line too.
Bow fishing line, dude. That's bow fishing line. No, bow fishing line is 200-pound test.
But it's not smooth.
It's cordage. It's not a smooth one piece. It's cordage.
Yeah, this is not smooth.
It's not supposed to be smooth. It's not even plastic or anything. It's actual cordage.
Yeah, this is nylon.
Like I said, it's usually nylon.
Yeah,
dude.
and this has got about a 30% stretch.
Okay, that's I don't think bow fishing line stretches.
Yeah. No, this I used to trip kids in the park with this.
Well, Rob, because you're the best for the person for the job. That's my answer. I'm sticking to it.
I know it's lurking.
If I can find that one, Jason, I will. I still will be on the lookout for stuff outside the list. Because I will be looking for archery stuff because that's what I need to do anyway. So I need some new bow fishing arrows and some actual bow fishing reel for my regular bow, which I'm going to be taking with me anyway.
Well, like I said, this is great for bank line fishing.
Okay, like I said, I will probably look for another trout line if I can find one,
You
or a cast net of some kind.
Yeah, you can use this for trout line. Bank line, same thing.
Yep. Either one of those things will work. You don't need both of them, but both helps. Because you can make your own basic little fishing rod with a stick and string, just like the old school ways, and still catch fish. I can't do chaga. How many times I have to repeat people that I cannot do chaga? It may be beneficial to a lot of people. It's just not beneficial to me. All it's going to do is shut my breathing down. And I'd like to breathe. I'm sure Jason knows what chaga does, what's good for. Right? Nope, I lost Jason.
Nope, interruption.
Okay. I'm sure you know what a lot of the good uses for chaga. Lost him again. Love? I can't lift up very well. Could you give me a kiss?
I suppose.
Hits I was going like this.
Yeah.
So be declared, I cannot use chaga. Yes, that is clear. It is not on my list of items I could use. Anything that is of the hun. I know mushrooms are fungus. What's the actual?
Molds and fungus.
No. The scientific name.
Oh. Look at that.
I know there's a fungi, maybe. I have no idea.
I can't remember it.
I have no idea.
Mycelium.
No, I thought it was another one. I can't remember what it was. I know someone who would probably do know that, but I think fungi is probably going to be covering all that stuff, and that's what that all falls under. And I'm allergic to all of it. Okay, cool, got it right. Now, cover wise, I'm going to probably look for I do carry a tarp with me in my get home bag. It may not be what I'll be putting in a Bugout bag, because that bag will probably be a lot heavier than my get home bag. Because I mean, though it may take the same amount of time for me to get from Des Moines area where my work is at to here, because of the distance, doesn't necessarily mean I want to be less comfortable leaving here if I have to. Same thing goes for you, Jason, correct?
Yeah, I got a short walk.
Yeah, you got 1.5 miles. What I love you, brother, but bite me.
Yeah. I did that on purpose.
Not everybody has that option.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't want that option for another reason. Because if also in a grid down situation, they might know that you might have the keys to some place they need to get into.
Nope, I don't have the keys.
No,
I
I'm saying,
refuse. Yeah.
depending on the situation and the person. If someone just happens to be in the know,
Yeah.
say that person is a manager who has keys to the building that's locked up tight, they say, "Oh, let's go get that guy. He's got the keys to this building, which has all these supplies in it."
Yep. No, I gave him my keys when I retired 5 years ago.
But but that's my basic gist on that point.
Yeah.
I'd rather not be that close. No, I do risk my luck there, Wyatt. It's just that I know what I can have and what I can't have. Now, there's stuff that I wish I could have. I mean, I used to be able to eat nuts, but very limited basis. But my body decided at one time that, oh, hell no, I can't do this anymore. And it went on full anaphylactic shock,
Thank you.
which is the, oh no, I can't breathe situation. So I'm not going to risk it for anything. So I can't have walnuts. I cannot have acorns. I cannot have any other kind of nut because I like to breathe. Even though, as a survival person, or because I'm using men or women, doesn't matter. You got to, knowing that what you can eat and what you can't eat is important. Because I would love to try acorn flour one of these days. I mean, I thought that was the coolest item that could ever be until I realized I can't. Even though I know how to make it, I can't eat it. Like also knowing how to find morel mushrooms. Know how to find them. Can't touch them.
You can trade.
Well, the thing is, I still can't touch them. I know they're worth a lot of money. I know people would do a lot for a good couple pounds of morels. 5 pounds of morels would pretty much pay my rent for the month. But because that stuff is expensive.
Oh yeah.
Now, cordage. We talked about cordage, cutting tool, a knife. Now, not all knives are going to be treated as equal. We were talking about old rusty knives. Anything that allows you to create a spark with a piece of flint or chert or quartz or something like that is a bonus. It does not necessarily mean you have to have a high-end tool of any kind, but it helps.
Scissors.
Huh?
Scissors.
I don't know about certain scissors. The newer kinds, I would say no, because I think they're not made of the same thing. Now, old files work really well with making like flint and steel type setups, but you got to have the right setup for that. That's why you have to leach the tannins out of them before you eat them. Rob.
Well,
I know how to do all that. I just can't do that. And it takes a while for, was it 2 days, I think? Or was it 3? To leach the tannins out of acorns.
It takes a couple of days.
Yeah, 2 or 3 days.
No, like 7.
7? Really?
Yep. And then you pull them out, let them dry for a few days. Then you can roast them, grind them up, and you can have coffee.
And flour.
It's about 7 days.
Actually, okay. It says toss nuts into a large pot, cover with plenty of water, bring to boil. Boil for 15 minutes. The water will turn brown, the color of tea, as the tannic acid is extracted from the kernels. Throw out the water, replace with fresh water. Do it like 2 or 3 times. That way you don't have to wait.
What's she talking about?
Leaching the tannins out of acorns.
No, I was wondering what Cecilia meant.
Oh, I didn't. What'd she say?
I'm lost.
I got to go back.
I think she's talking about the scissors. I think.
I missed it. Where's she at? Oh, there. Give what back?
Yeah. I think
No
she
clue.
was the scissors.
Okay. Now that I've heard, I didn't know about the boiling thing till just now, so that's a good thing. You don't have to wait and leach them out of you. But it also depends off if you have fire too.
Yeah, I get my scissors from Harbor Freight for $1 a piece.
Now, Harbor Freight might be cleared out in this kind of situation,
Oh yeah.
because I do know that there's some items at Harbor Freight that I would go for that most people wouldn't, because they probably wouldn't think of it. One, they used to have some really cool brass compasses. They used to have. I don't think they do anymore, but they used to. They also used to have sextants as well.
They still do.
So a sextant is your friend. Now, whether or not, I don't know if it really functions because I don't know how to use one. So
Neither do I. Neither do I, but I've been wanting to learn.
Yeah, me too. I gave one to my friend as a wedding gift. She does a lot of Renaissance fairs, and one of her personas is a pirate. And every good pirate needs a sextant. Everybody says, "Oh no, get him a spyglass." No, a proper captain has, in addition to the spyglass, is a sextant. You know where you're going. Okay. Cover coming. Okay. I'm going to say care. Care would be like under first aid kits. Now, I'm not going to probably find brand new anything there, but I may find almost expired or just past expired first aid kits. Now, would I keep some of the medicines in there? Probably not, because I will check the expiration dates whatever I can. But a clean and dry bandages, I will keep. Long as they're clean, long as they're dry, I will use. As a medic, you use what you got. Better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Been there in that situation. It sucks.
Oh yeah. One of the best ones out there is manhole covers.
Huh? You lost me.
Maxi pads.
Oh. I've never heard that particular term for that. Now, the pads are really, really good for emergency bandages. If I could find them, I would use them.
And they're clean and sterile.
They're made for mopping up blood. Now, they're not the ideal, but they are self-adhesive. So there's that. But first aid kits, containers for water, for boiling water, for holding water, for cooking, what have you. Look, if you a lot of people would turn down a Girl Scout kit. Don't. Just because it's Girl Scout doesn't mean it's any less than a Boy Scout kit. I knew one guy would not touch a Girl Scout anything because it's Girl Scouts, but he go out of his way for a newer Boy Scout kit. They both have the same. They're both the same thing. Just one says Girl Scouts, one says Boy Scouts. I don't know about first aid filters because of the adhesive, but I understand about fire starters and the boo-boo part. Tampons are good for that too. Yes, Cecilia. But those are more for bullet wounds. Because they fit inside the holes and they expand and close the wounds.
Well, for 5-year-olds, it's like playing with a stick of dynamite.
Because it explodes.
No.
It goes up and expands really rapidly.
No, the video of the kids.
Lighting the wood on fire.
Yeah. Were you guys playing sticks of dynamite? We found them underneath the bathroom sink.
Oh,
that video.
Oh, actually, you did remind me of something, though, Jason.
What?
Road flares.
Yeah.
Depending on which type you get, they're pretty much self-igniting.
Oh, yeah.
And they're good for fire starting.
And they burn hot.
They do. If you get the marine flares, they're even better because they're more waterproof.
Yeah, like I said, once a flare is started, the only way to get rid of it is to snuff it out.
And let's see, where would I?
If you can.
Yeah. Had something that I misplaced. I just had it last night.
Because they will burn underwater.
Man, itch. Sorry, my feet are itchy.
Yeah, and if you're
okay, I'm going to make a suggestion for those folks who don't think a look at that. Do you guys remember back in the day when you were at your parents', your grandparents' house, whatever? They'd have this little jar in the kitchen with nothing but matchbooks to keep their
your wood is
matches.
wet from rain, it will get started.
Say it again.
There we go. Am I back yet? Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm not sure if you guys remember, if you were ever in your grandparents' kitchen, your uncles, your aunts, whatever, they had this little jar of matches that were usually in the kitchen near the stove.
Oh, yeah.
They still have those at flea markets.
Oh, yeah.
Look for those. If
Yeah,
you can find a jar of those, buy them. People overlook those so much at flea markets.
Well, we didn't have the jar. We had the little thing that you attach to the wall, and you can pluck one out at a time, like a toothpick holder.
Yeah, I mean, you can get like one of these.
Yeah.
But the thing is, some people did matchbooks that way. And they collected matchbooks. Collecting matchbooks used to be the thing. But the thing is, you'll find them in little mason jars, little jelly jars, sealed. Don't discount those when you're looking for your stuff for your Bugout bag. Because, yes, it's a little clunky, but they're there and they're dry. As long as they're dry, they're usable. And those things seal really well, as Cecilia and anybody who knows how to can knows how well those jars seal. So don't discount matchbooks. Just because you see them there, you say it's not surefire or whatever. A couple books of matches will go a long way towards keeping yourself warm, especially in a Bugout bag situation, because you don't need much, but you just need enough to get through or get to where you're going. Box knives, X-Acto knives, skinning knives, your fishing knives, and stuff like that. While those are not the ideal for prepping food for like firewood or anything like that, they can help you do like feather sticking and other light work to allow you to make your fire. Now, I don't know if a lot of them are made of the high carbon steel required for making flint and steel fires or anything like that. because I don't own a fillet knife, so I couldn't tell you. I'm sure Jason could probably tell me because he knows more about them than I do.
No, I never tried.
But that's the thing is, a fillet knife will do feather sticking to help you get a fire going.
Oh yeah.
Now, can you use it for batoning? Probably not.
No.
But it
Not
is
for bushcraft.
a knife is better than no knife. Just saying. But as long as it's not a dull knife, because a dull knife is worse than not having a knife at all. As Rob did mention, cards. The survival cards, if you can find them, are going to be a godsend of information. Now, I do have a survival manual, I am not going to be able to use that survival manual in this particular situation, even though I have one. It is a treasure trove of information, just like my Back to Basics books and other stuff like that. Now, if I happen to find a book out there with, say, edible herbs and plants of my local area, if I have the budget for it, I may acquire it. But it's not going to be on my everyday list.
Hey, Tina.
Hey, it's actually Lori.
Lori, sorry. Sorry, I still get them all mixed up.
It's because of Tiny.
Yeah.
Tiny Titan. But it's still Lori. Yeah. Thinking outside the box is both fun and frustrating at the same time. Because right now, without having an ant being able to see it in my head, that's all I can do. I can't see it.
I know a good fire starter.
What?
Starting fluid.
If you can find some.
Oh, yeah, you can find starting fluid everywhere. In the can?
Well, the thing is, in a flea market stall, you may not find it.
You never know.
Now, you might find torch fuel.
Yeah.
Like citronella or something like that. You might find, actually, if you get lucky and you find somebody who's doing woodworking there, see if you can pick up some sawdust.
Ooh.
Or if you're near a
Tractor Supply Company.
This is at the flea market, not at Tractor Supply.
No, commercial.
Oh. Thank you for letting me know.
And let's see, do I get one or do I get two? Next one is, oh yeah, the believe it or not, EMP shield.
I got something called Revzilla, whatever that is. It's the clothing, bike, motorcycle brand stuff, I guess. Hey, CR.
What's up, CR?
Now, like I said, I do own a copy of the Army Survival Manual. I do have one or two of the Foxfire books. Most of them are on PDF file, which I'll have on my phone. But my phone may be out due to either a CME or a EMP or something kind of. My phone died because I couldn't get it power.
Or it got laundered.
That too. Or just you tripped and fell on it and it broke. Those are all options that could happen. Now, let's see what I do with it. I am not sure what I do with it, but it's here somewhere. I have no clue what I do with it at the moment. Ha! Here's my field manual right here. And yes, that is 100-mile-an-hour tape on there to protect it. This is a field-used manual, protected by duct tape. If I find one of those out there, I'll be lucky because I paid a lot of money for that one. $15 for that one.
Yeah, you probably come across one for better shape for like $2.
If I'm lucky. Because a lot of the people who have the military items usually know what they have. Because that's what they usually deal with, selling-wise. It's like me trying to buy something off of Ian, military wise. Not likely because
He won't sell it.
he won't sell it. But I do have. This is the current. This edition right here was current for the time period I was in the Army.
Okay, Jeff says yes, a fillet knife will strike.
Oh, good to know, Jeff. Proof concept. Thank you. Like I said, I don't own a fillet knife. It's the only reason I don't own one because I don't know how to fillet. Because I usually try doing these old-fashioned skin it like a catfish method my dad taught me, which basically works with every fish, he said. And yes, you have to deal with bones, but you get more meat that way. That was my dad's words. He also taught me how to use the clay method for cooking fish too, which is technically a C method, but you got to find clay first. But fire started methods I will be looking for, like I said, will be matches, because everybody thinks, oh, you're going to look for a lighter, you're going to look for a Bic. I may find them. Doesn't mean there's going to be fuel in them. Okay, that's good to know as well. Let's see here. Now, if it could be used as a flint and steel method, let me know that one, Jeff, if you have that method available. I'm sure that Jason might have it available.
What?
Do you have a fillet knife available?
Two of them, I got to go to the kitchen.
Do you have a piece of flint or chert available?
No, I do not.
Dang. Okay. If the thing is, old Zippos may be found, but they're usually when you find them, they're in rough shape, CR, and they may or may not have flint in them already. You generally have to put in new flints and everything else. Ian usually has to, when he collects them, he goes through, tears them apart, puts them all back together with new fresh flint and stuff and all that stuff, and gets them working again. And I can always tell when he's using his lighter because I can smell it from 100 feet away.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I have fuel for a lighter, but that technically would not work on this situation because I don't have the fuel there. I'd have to purchase it there in this challenge. Jeff, we need to get you a flint and steel set. Or I can see about building you one. I'm a firm believer in those flint and steels because they always work. In my case, they do. It's going to be interesting to see what I come up with. I can't, like everybody else says, we can't wait to see what Ian comes up with. I have not heard from my daughter yet. I have gotten some message on Facebook. I don't know if she's answered me yet.
I'm going to get it.
Okay. Yes, Lori. You should practice if you do have flint and steel. It's not the easiest, but if with the right practice, it's not the hardest either. No, to me, the hardest one would probably be technically the fire bow, but the second hardest would be the bow drill, because they end up, if it doesn't work, you're out a ton of calories. And that's even if you had ideal conditions to do those in. Because most fire sets are, no matter what you're using, even including a Bic or even a blowtorch, you have to have the ideal conditions to get a fire going. Good to know, Jeff. I do have several ferro rods and stuff like that on me that I always carry. Glad to hear it, CR. Now, CR, I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to call mine the C bag because a lot of the things are going to be starting with C that they're going to be used for. Pick a C item that you would use, be like the basic 15 C's, but I'm going to go continuous one because C's are, I guess, because of my name, that you would want in your bag. And the fire stuff, all the fire stuff goes under combustion. Now, if you could find I don't know if that would work or not. Hey, Jason?
You went to get the dog's food.
Okay. Oh, then I could ask you, Molly, if you could come a little closer where I could hear you a little better. You guys still smoke?
Yeah.
You know anybody who used those vape pens or anything like that?
No.
Or e-cigs or what they used to call it?
No, I don't.
I was just wondering if any of those things could be used to help start fires because they are electronic methods, and not sure if they could be made into starting fires.
No. They fixed that. It used to be a problem because they catch fire on their own.
I heard that, but whatever conditions they require that, it'd be like a one-time thing anyway. But one of the things I was talking about earlier is that I might get lucky to find a 9-volt battery that's good, and if in another booth I might be able to find steel wool. That's still a method I can start fires with. I have tested that method out with a very, very weak battery, sort of like the kind you would find on Dual Survival with Cody and Dave. But yeah, steel wool, yes, steel wool and 9-volt battery, or any battery for that matter. Because I have seen people use what is called a prison match using a AAA battery and a chewing gum wrapper. It works, as far as I can tell, but it's like a very limited thing. Now, would I rely on something like that? Probably not. But we have to wait and see when it comes on. And okay, good to know, Lori. I didn't know that. And if it is electronic and you can try to see about if you can use that as a fire starting method, that'd be kind of interesting to see what happens. Or the way that it's recharged and stuff like that. But that's out of my area of knowledge because I don't do any of that stuff. But generally, smokers always have a lighter. Generally, a lot of generalities, I guess. Anybody else want to help me come up with some ideas? Because I'm gonna be trying to think outside the box as much as I can. My head is starting to hurt trying to think of that many. Thank you, Lori. I really appreciate it. If it works, that's a new tool in your toolbox. Hey, Cliff. Link's at the top of the chat, Cliff, if you want to come up. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what comes up.
Get some more coffee.
As it stands right now, Scott's not going to be able to make it this weekend. He has a commitment with his wife and his work. So both of them say no, and he can't make it. But he is going to try to make the next one in August. So that'll be kind of interesting to see how it turns out. Because Jenny is not going this weekend, but she wants to go to the one in August. I'm waiting for see if Cliff's going to come up. If he wants to, he can more than welcome to, or anybody else for that matter. There is something I would like to put out there that was brought up by CR on Tuesday. I'm not sure if CR remembers about talking about Dungeons and Dragons. I have been highly thinking about running a game. That'll be in the future, but I'm thinking about doing it. if you're interested, contact me on Instagram. I'll let you know. We'll figure something out because I already got a module picked out. Getting it to run is going to be interesting. It's all CR's fault. Let me post that link one more time. By the way, the module I plan on playing is old, needs updated badly, and I'm going to run it as is and just see what you guys come through and see how you guys do. So you still would play CR, wouldn't you? The only thing I don't own is a DMG, and I would have to order one. At least one, yeah. I got a player's handbook, but not a DMG. That's pretty cool, Cliff. Please elaborate that statement, please.
Well, let's just say that a mutual acquaintance I made a paracord bracelet for way back in the day, and by way back in the day, about 3 years ago, for a Wisconsin winter survival thing.
Are you talking about Tyler?
Maybe.
Yeah.
He apparently had to disassemble said bracelet because he didn't have cordage for the Ren Fair.
It happens.
Oops, sorry, I have my YouTube still volumed. Apologies.
That's fine. That's fine.
But yeah, I'm over there. I'm back and forth between lives, and then my StreamYard's being weird. Load already.
His did not pop up on my feed at all.
Yeah, his didn't pop up on mine. I didn't even get a notification for it. Well, actually, let's see.
Am I the only one who did?
No, yeah, I got Tyler's, yours, and CR's from earlier today, which I was busy doing work, so I couldn't watch it. TPG is doing Gear Live, but that was like 3 hours ago. And Kelso started a live in it. But yeah, apparently, bracelet I made, which again, and apparently I forgot I had put some stuff in there for him and Mark when I made those.
You made a survival cord.
I put like 3 or 4 zip ties in Tyler's bracelet. And I completely forgot I stuck them in there until he told me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's
He
cool,
took
though.
it apart and he goes, yeah, I took it apart because I needed cordage and yeah, there were some zip ties in there. And I was like, I completely forgot I put those in there. I just gave him the little tiny standard 6-inch black zip ties. I think I put 3 or I think I put 4 in there actually.
Look what Lori did.
I've done that before, but that was before I had cordage and before I was making bracelets.
Right. We're talking about, the stuff that's going to be going on for this weekend, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And Scott had to bow out due to work constraints and his wife's appointments. So that happens. But Dan is on site at the campsite where we're going to be camping out. We're going to be camping not in a cabin, but in tents. So that's going to be interesting and wet.
Well, I'm assuming you're taking your big old
No.
circus tent.
It's just going to be me and Ian. Jenny's not going. And so we're going to go with our smaller tents. Still, it's a 4-person tent for myself and a 4-person tent for Ian, because that's what he wants his privacy.
I'm assuming he's taking that green one that he had at camp.
Yeah. Mine's about a little bit smaller than his, but burgundy. His is actually really easy to set up, which is I'm really upset that when he found that, I just said, "I want you to buy that." And he goes, "Oh, I didn't want to." Then once he bought it and liked it, he goes, "Oh, that's cool." But it's got a lot of space in his. I'm going to try to borrow one of his cots where I could sleep on. That way I don't have to worry about sleeping on the ground because of my knee. But we're going to be starting at 7 o'clock in the morning on Saturday and going until we either run out of money first or get to the end of the day, whichever comes first.
Probably run out of money first.
Probably, but we're going to try to get. Cecilia mentioned that there's no way we're going to be able to buy everything we need for $100. Exactly. There's no way. But the whole point of the process is try to figure out how much you can get with that much.
Gotcha. I'm gonna be right back as I'm tired of looking at this blue circle going around and around on this page. So give me one brief moment. I don't know what this thing is doing.
Okay. But we're going to try to do our best to get as much as we can with that $100 and go from there. I'm sure Cliff could probably find a lot of stuff that you can get with $100 at a flea market that big.
Probably. Depends on what I'm looking for, but I'd buy a bunch of small stuff.
Would you like to see the commercial, Cliff?
Yeah, I can find them online, I'm pretty sure.
No, I mean, I've had it set up to go anyway.
Well, if you're going to run it, might as well. I think we got enough people in here now.
Run what?
I don't know.
The commercial again.
Run his generator.
Give me a second here.
Yeah. Back to what Tiny was talking about, her using paracord to tow a car. I used
All. The
cotton rope.
is a prime destination for flea market enthusiasts everywhere. Rated as the number 7 must-attend flea market in the country by Better Homes and Gardens. Watch Your Flea Market is the weekend home of over 400 vendors who occupy 750 spaces on 20 acres.
Holy
Since 1977, the Watch Your Flea Market has built a reputation for being one of the best flea markets in the Midwest, with ample space for parking and a large grounds for buyers to explore the treasures that await them. The flea market is held during the first weekends of May, August, and October, where 9,000 people from over 30 states converge on the small town. A variety of items are sold, including antiques, collectibles, vintage tools, glassware, jewelry, records, and much, much more. The Watch Your Flea Market is located at the Keokuk County Fairgrounds in Watch Your, Iowa, on Highway 21. Just search Watch Your Flea Market on Google Maps and let navigation do the rest. Don't miss out on one of the best flea markets there is. And if you can't find it at the Watch Your Flea Market, you probably don't need it.
Yeah. It's a big one.
So I should be able to find some dead rat puppets.
You might.
And I mean not like fake dead rat puppets. I'm talking like used to be live rat puppets.
Well, I don't know about puppets. You would probably find some dead rats.
Cool, I can turn those into puppets. I can be like Chris Griffin.
That place is huge. And like I said, I got one day to do it from opening to close to get what I need. Now, will I have everything? No. But it's going to be the best one I can build in less than 12 hours. And I'm going to be pulling a wagon, like I've been saying, because I have a knee injury and I can't actually physically carry because of my weight restriction, but I can pull.
A gorilla cart.
I have a little folding cart that I found at work for $12. So I'm going to be putting my stuff in that to carry, but I will be showing it off at the end of the day when I have everything put together. So it's going to be Dan, Herbert T. Outdoors, myself, Ian, and hopefully my daughter. I haven't heard back from her yet, but hopefully she's going to be able to make it as well. Jenny's not going to go. She's going to stay home. She has an ear infection, so she doesn't want to be outside right now, which makes sense. But we're going to try. I'm going to try to build the best one I can. I'm going to bargain and whatever trade deal and even persuade to get the best deal I can. Because it was one thing good about outdoor flea markets. You can do that. There's no set prices on anything.
Yeah, some of them do have set prices, but they're usually up for negotiating, bargaining, or whatever.
Well, with the exception of certain items such as like cast iron. Cast iron has got a set value, and it's going to be hard to devalue that. Firearms are going to have a set value.
Yeah.
There's those that you're not going to be able to buy those, but everything else in between, oh yeah, you're going to be able to try to bargain for everything. And don't forget to look in the trash cans, folks. Please do discount trash cans because people throw away the stupidest things because they think it has no value. So I have found lots of stuff in the trash that's worth more than it is. My big frying pan that I used at the gathering last year, found on the curb.
I think that one's fairly close to that giant 100-mile yard sale. That
we have one similar 100-mile one here too. It goes all the way across Iowa.
Iowa's only 100 miles long?
No, it's called the 100-mile one. I think it's more than that because it doesn't go straight across. It goes up, changes direction, comes back, goes over, keeps on going. I've never been on it. I've been wanting to do it, but it's like, you can't get done in a day because it's all the yard sales along that and garage sales along that route. I always wanted to go take one going down, stay the night in a hotel, then come back the next day because that's the only way you're going to be able to do it. But this one here is open. It started open tonight. The flea market did. It's going to be open again through Sunday. I did have a special request from Jenny. She wants something on Saturday for Star Wars. Do you know why?
Yes.
Why?
Because it's May 4th.
Why is it? Why is that?
Dude, I work at GameStop. I am so epically tired of that day.
Oh no! Here's the thing that Jenny says. She said, if you can't get it on Saturday, you can get it on Sunday because May the 4th or May the 5th strike back. Yeah, the 5th strikes back. I know this.
I worked at GameStop. We had stupid May the 4th be with you stuff. Oh God, 3 years I worked with him, and that stuff drove me nuts.
When I was just going to sound weird. When I was in the Air Force, I actually had a part-time job that I did after at the end of the day at a little game store. That was popular too, way back in the day.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Yeah. But we're going to find out how big, what we can find. And Dan wants to use a little handheld radio so we can keep contacting with each other in case we can help each other out. Because if I find something inexpensive that I already have that he might need, we're just going to help each other out because it's just easier that way. But like I said, I'm going to be pulling that wagon along very slowly and hoping for the best because I'm going to be sitting down a lot.
I think Jason died.
Oh, he was doing something for the dog or something like that.
No,
I got apexhose.com.
You know what?
apexhose.com. That's the ad.
Well, I don't care whether your hose are Apex or not Apex.
They were using it for pets. I also got something called Stetson.com for hats.
Wow, man, I didn't even know Stetson was still making things.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Oh, for those people who are interested, my workplace is selling Goodyear air compressors.
Why the hell would they sell air compressors at a wine company or at a warehouse?
I'm not at the warehouse right now. I'm at the the DAV store. Since I'm on disability, I'm injured. They have me there. I'm satellite out for light duty.
He said duty.
Yes, I did. But it's a thrift store.
I know I was giving you flack.
Ooh, Aflac?
Jackets.
Ooh, flak jackets. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I have not seen one of those come in yet, but I have seen.
I'd take a flak jack, get over a half flak duck.
We do get a lot of military stuff in because it is a disabled American veteran store, and I did find out their website for the eBay site for them, because we do sell stuff on eBay a lot. So if anybody's interested, they have it's not very overly big or anything, like 195 psi air compressors for $50. So there's that. If anybody's interested,
It's probably like a 2-gallon pancake compressor.
it is a 2-gallon one. It's not what you call an overly big one, but for something basic stuff like making sure your tires are inflated, that kind of thing. Now, would it work for like a paint gun or something like that? I have no clue. Would it work with an impact wrench? I have no clue.
Connection, but you're going to be sitting there a while because I have a 3-gallon and that thing takes forever to fill up a car tire.
Well, for an emergency fill up, it's better than not having anything at all.
True. It give you as long as you keep it filled or fully compressed with air and then you use it, but again, you're not going to get a lot out of it.
No, it's not meant for like heavy duty industrial use or anything like that. Yeah, but it is a good basic one.
Yeah, it'll keep your tire from sounding like you're driving on a flap wheel.
Be well, Cecilia.
All right, Cecilia.
By the way, I've been decided to call my Bugout Bag the Sea Bag.
C put it in the bag?
Everything's going to be basically a C. And the fact is, my first name is C, and then it's going to be C.
Technically, it's not, but...
my middle name is, so... But you knew that. That counts. But actually...
I know your real name, so I'm like, you're telling me my name starts with a C. I'm like, no, it doesn't.
This current name does start with C. No, what I was going to say, we talked about things with C that I could put in there. Someone mentioned Chuck Norris. I mentioned two more.
Norris at the garage at that sale, and you put him in the bag. You better watch out because he might punch you with his third fist.
His beard will knock me out. But guess who was on my C list? You.
Why am I on your C list? Cordage.
What's your name? What's your name?
Fox.
What's your first name?
Chaucer.
Which starts with
a W.
You and Cecilia are both on my list.
Well, I mean,
and CR too.
I'm fairly handy with all the random stuff that I have on me. I've got enough junk to set.
Well, I would mean that was as a Bugout Bag situation. You would be on a list of companions to have near me because
I would say companion with cordage.
But not just cordage. You have your skill sets that I don't have. I touch on them, but I don't have them.
Just basic knowledge that I can work to apply.
Yeah, I know that, and I love that you have those skills. If you were closer, definitely I would lean on those skills if I could. But then again, you might lean on skills I have because there's stuff I know how to do that you don't.
Who's vibrating at me?
Not me. My phone is. I have no idea where my phone is at the moment. Now, like I said,
stupid people, I swear to God.
Was it an advertisement?
No. Jason sent me another video of some dude getting kicked by a bison.
That's just dumb.
Last week we got to see the dog get yeeted.
I saw that one.
He sent me one the other day about a chick almost got ran over by a buffalo because she's literally 10 feet away from this buffalo trying to take a selfie with the buffalo, and she got stomped.
Actually, I seen a nice video about a buffalo. The buffalo played catch with a guy with a big giant ball.
Oh yeah, that's probably a pet buffalo.
I don't know. He was every time the bull would the thing would knock the ball out, the guy would throw it in. It would go round it back up and kick it back over the fence and keep on.
Yeah, to me that sounds like a farm buffalo.
I don't know. I don't know the context. Without the context, I don't know. I just
It's funny, I
go
wonder
what
if
I
the
can
guy
see.
down the street around the corner still has his. He had like 2 buffaloes a couple of years ago.
Is it buffaloes or just buffalo?
No, he had 2 buffaloes.
No. The plural. Is it
Bison.
buffaloes or buffalo?
I think it would still be
Bison.
buffaloes
I thought it was buffalo was plural.
or bisons. Well, because no,
Bison
you got
probably be more
bison would be
appropriate, I
one,
guess.
bisons would be 2.
Bison is 1, bisons is 2.
Tonka.
But buffalo, I always thought could be also plural.
Tonka. Nah,
But it's-
Sanka, you dead, man? Nah, man.
I'm not dead yet.
Now, like I said, I also shared one on Facebook earlier today too that a gentleman down there in by San Diego decided to go ahead and get some pictures with a sea lion with his little son.
Oh, I bet that ended well.
He got yeeted.
Don't know yet. I didn't get to read the full article. My article switched out on me before I can read it.
No, we're not worried about those right now.
Well, I'm gonna be bringing those up on next Wednesday.
Okay. So, Cliff, you saw how big that flea market is.
Yeah.
What would be the first item you would go for?
I don't know. I'd have to see what they'd have first.
Would you have something in mind you're looking for first? That's what I'm talking about.
75-pound anvil.
Okay.
Why not?
I can understand why not, but I mean, I'm trying to figure out how that would work in a Bugout Bag.
No,
I
I'm
know-
not. No, for Bugout Bag, no. I'm just that's the first thing I'm just gonna look for is a freaking 75-pound.
I know where you'd find one,
Make
though.
my own stuff.
Okay. On one of the exits of the racetrack, where a lot of the majority of the booths are at, there is a blacksmith there with a 75-pound anvil. So technically, looking for him, you would look for customized cutting tools.
I'd probably look for random pieces of railroad ties because those things come in handy for all.
Oh,
kinds
you'd see those too. There are so many different things you'd find there. But would you go looking for your shelter? Would you go looking for a cutting tool, a combustion device?
Well, see that would be the funny thing because most of that I carry on me.
Well, the thing is, you're going in there as if you
From
don't.
scratch.
You're starting from scratch. You don't have those items.
Yeah, but the thing is, I can't not carry these items on me. I feel naked.
No.
with my stuff on me.
Yes, you may have them. Doesn't mean you're acting as if they're not there. You have your money, which is $100 budget. You have the location, so where you know where everything you need is here somewhere. You just got to find it
Yeah,
and see if
that's
you
the
can
problem
afford it.
with that is I would have to walk through the entire place at least once to see what they had. Because
If you can do it, that's
you
more
could
power
find
to you.
something right at the beginning in the first 3 or 4 booths for something that you could need, but later down the road, away on the other side, you could find something that's even better than the purchased items that you just bought at the beginning.
That's a gamble.
So it's
It's a gamble.
better off. I'd rather just personally walk the whole thing at least once and then try to figure out what I want to try to buy.
That's an option, but you have a minimum. You got a time period to do it in.
Yeah, I walk pretty quick when I'm going through places like that.
20 acres is a lot of walking. That means you probably have to end up walking about 40 to 60 acres.
Meh. I'd find something.
With a lot of miles. I can't physically do that. Normally, I would go in with just like you would, with nothing on my back, my $100 in my pocket, and just start from scratch. But I have to carry everything on the wagon because I can't physically carry it. So I'm not counting my wagon as anything other than me, a substitute for me. Yes, my transport stuff. Otherwise, I would put it into a backpack, which I'd start carrying around. But I've heard 2 methods for choosing a backpack and your gear. First method is buy your gear, then find a backpack to fit that gear. The other method is buy the backpack, then find gear that'll fit in that backpack.
Yeah.
Or that container. So that's the 2 methods I've heard of. Now, which method you use, It depends. It's up to you. But
Pockets.
say what?
Pockets.
Pockets.
That's why we have pockets.
We're not counting your pockets. We're talking a bug-out bag. So your pockets don't count.
Even in a bug out scenario, you're still going to have stuff in your pockets.
Oh, everyday carry is a whole separate thing. It's not part of the bug-out bag, though.
But you still have it when you're bugging out.
Oh, yeah. I didn't say it wasn't there. But the thing is, that's not counted for this particular situation. This is a very particular situation. What kind of gear can you get with $100 with nothing on you except money?
I think personally all I would need is a small bag, a tarp, some rope, a saw, and a hatchet.
There you go. And that's the stuff you would look for.
And some container. So pot, maybe.
And that's where the exercise begins, because you don't know what you're going to find. You don't know what you're looking for until you see it. And if you can get it for cheaper than what you're willing to spend.
I find a skillet or a 4-quart pot. That's all I'm going to need.
That
I'm
counts.
going to be sitting there making meals for 20 people. That's going to be me and maybe like 2 or 3 other.
I'm not
people
talking about a family situation. I'm talking about just you. The you situation.
Yeah, about a 3 or 4 quart pot's really all you need.
Or even not even that. A 1 liter pot is fine.
I mean, not unless you come across an old Boy Scout kit for like $3.
There you go. That's possible.
Yeah, I used to have kind of one of those old aluminum ones. Don't know what happened to it though. I had that thing forever.
Well, like I said, I mean, they sell them all the time. And if you find one and you get one for a decent price, that's a lot of your stuff right there.
Stanley Cook said if you can randomly find one of those that's actually complete, those are fairly decent.
I have seen them, quite a few of those there.
Yeah, see, there you go. There's your all-around cook set. That's pretty much all you need, and then some silverware. But I mean, do you really need silverware in a bug-out situation? Because I mean,
well, you do need a knife. That's just a given. You need a knife.
Yeah, majority of the time, most people, if they're bugging out, they already have a knife on them, or they have one attached to their pack.
Like I said, this is as if you didn't have that. So you got to get a knife to put in your pack.
Yeah, kitchen knife, steak knife works.
That counts. We mentioned that earlier.
Because you can still cut a tree down with a steak knife. It's just going to take a long time.
And Jeff tested the back of his fillet knife. You can use it with your ferro rod, but the odds of you finding a ferro rod here while it's not impossible, it's probable, but you got to find one. It's like a needle in a haystack situation. I do know one lady who's usually there every year. She wasn't there last year when I went in the fall, but she has flint. That's where I got that big chunk of flint I have. It's from her. She gave it to me. Because I talked to her about getting flint from her every year. I buy more. So you can never have too much of that stuff. Because Iowa does not have flint. We have chert.
Yeah, you could chert everywhere.
Chert's everywhere, but flint isn't. That's why I have such a big piece of flint when I do, so in my gear. But I'll be on the lookout for her. I did send out a list to those people who I'm not sure everybody on Instagram who saw it was a list of rocks that spark. You should have got a little gift or little picture of that, Cliff, in your Instagram.
Oh, by the way, that little 5-piece camp cook set or mess kit,
yeah,
it's $9.97 at Walmart. So don't let them cheat you.
Okay. Now, if it's a Boy Scout one, that may be a little different.
Yeah.
Hugo, what's going on?
Hey, Hugo, how you doing? Yes, finding a machete is a very good idea if I can find one that I can afford. And being able to barter, bargain, you name it, to get a better price, that's a part of the whole deal. If you can do it and save money, go right ahead. If you do everything perfect and get everything for less than $10 each, you can have the 10 C's right there for $10 each. But you don't know until you try. But one item might be more expensive than another. You might be able to find a decent cordage for less than $1. But you don't know until you try. and you're not going to get all the C's. You're going to get a good chunk of them. And cover is going to be cover and a container and a way to carry everything is going to be the two biggest ones for me. And maybe the top three would be cutting tool, backpack or carrying, cooking or container or something like that for water or cooking in, like the mess kits like you were discussing. So,
yeah, the only thing with the mess kits is you can only carry a small amount of water, so I think I probably would look for a water bottle at the same time, but
I was thinking that for more of the ability to be able to boil the water to purify it.
yeah, but you still got to be able to put that water somewhere.
Yeah, I'm sure. And the best container you have is you.
Yeah, but if you're already saturated with water, adding more water is just going to make it a not so fun night.
Yeah, you're gonna have to pee a lot.
Yeah, you're going to be up every hour taking a whiz.
Probably. But a cover is the big one. Container is a good one. Cutting tool is a good one. Ability to carry it. Those are the top four for me right now. Then cordage, then calories, and compass and other stuff is on the list. But I got to try to see what I can find. Like I said, if I could find a small cheapy tent for $5, I'm gonna grab it.
Crisco.
That'll be under cooking and combustion.
It would be a C because it is a Crisco.
Yep. Because you can use it for both of those items, and you could use it for waterproofing.
And you could use it for a salve if you had to, because it is technically grease.
Mm-hmm. I've actually heard people use it for sunburns, but I don't recommend it because it's not.
Yeah, to me that just sounds dumb because you're putting grease on your skin out in the sun, so that's gonna just make
You're
it.
cooking yourself.
Yeah, you're potentially applying a somewhat liquid magnifying glass to the top of your skin.
Now, there's an option like there for the combustion. You might be able to find a magnifying glass, but that's also very limited during the day when you can use it.
Yeah, you have to start your fire in the daytime and keep it going throughout the night.
And it can't be raining. Can't be cloudy. That's a limited thing. But a Fresnel lens, you might find one of those really cheap, but it also is sun dependent. So it's going to be it's a crapshoot for the most part. Just trying to get everything you need to make it through for 72 hours. Now, if you can, more power to you. And I look forward to see what I can come up with. And I expect you guys to critique the crap out of me when I do. Because I'm sure you guys won't give me any slack. I could have come up with something better. I could have used thought differently. But I'm going with what I physically can do and what I can physically, monetarily acquire.
Oh, it's you got to think of it this way. It's equivalent to the same scenario of if your house is burning down. You have a very limited window to grab whatever the hell you can before you die inside your burning house.
Right.
So it's going to be a matter of you're probably going to grab a handful of things and then run out the door because that's all the time you're going to have. So essentially what you're doing is the same. It's along the same lines.
Yeah. There's actually a term for the stuff like you can grab in that kind of situation. It's called a wake up stuff's happening bag or a whoosh bag, which you'd have all your important documents and other stuff in that. That way it's in one location, you just grab and go. But that's a different situation.
I've got all my pertinence in one folder right in an area that I can very easily access and get out the door with.
Exactly.
But I'm still grabbing stuff. I'm still grabbing all kinds of. If I got time to do it, I'm grabbing whatever I can.
Well, you got your bag in your truck, right?
Oh, I've got my messenger bag in my truck. Again, I told you I had to take it to the service department the other day for regular scheduled service. So I have all of my stuff currently sitting outside in my SUV.
Oh, okay. I will be right back. I got to go use the restroom. You got the con there, Cliff.
I found the video for the sea lions.
Oh, is that the one you sent me?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'll have to watch that one later.
yeah, he was trying to scare them away. So sorry, I was dealing with all my messages.
Gotcha. I mean, we can critique him all we want afterwards, but it's not like we really have all that much say in what he grabs anyway.
Well, every location is different.
Yeah, well, I mean, you've got 3 or 4 people grabbing random gear, but you've got a whole community of people who may or may not have a different approach to getting some of that gear, same set items.
And that's also what is also available.
Exactly. I still think his icon looks like a skull.
Yeah, it does. Mine looks cheery and funny.
I'm too lazy to make one. No, and I still have this, by the way, Jason.
Ouch.
I charged it up today. Oh yeah, man, that thing stings when that thing's got a bite.
Oh yeah.
Also brought in my fan to charge my fan up too. The fan light.
Yep. Ah. Blinded by the light.
It works with the light on, but the funny thing is when you put the plug back in. Oops.
What is it?
His fan light.
My little mini fan light thing that I bought. Ooh, did that thing die?
One thing you could look for, like a candling device, like if you can't find a regular flashlight, find one of these, Cliff.
No, I got a whole bunch of those things.
Yeah, it got a little magnet on the back. Got the little
for
hook.
like $2.99.
But you can use it as a flashlight or a lamp.
Yeah, I got a whole bunch of those things. Actually,
Yeah.
Walmart
Free
used to
AAA batteries.
pick them up for like $3.
But that's an option. Finding a flashlight that works with batteries is not going to be easy, especially at a flea market. But you might get lucky.
That's the one I have. Mine's a LED.
Alrighty, Laurie. Have a good night.
Mine's LED too.
Mine's got a little swivelly hook.
Mine's got a swivelly hook.
All mine are dead.
See,
Yeah, I got to put 2 batteries in this one.
See, I got a magnet.
Yep, magnet on the back. But does yours have a kickstand? Mine is a kickstand.
I don't think so. But I think mine can do that. Yeah, mine's stiff enough that I could use the hook as a kickstand.
Yeah, my hook is.
A dingling hook.
Yeah, it's a dingly. It's a hangy one. It's not even tight in there.
Will it work on a dangly
Mine's
stick?
stiff.
Yes, it'll work on a dingly stick.
Night, Lori.
Yeah, and the magnet's actually pretty decent on there. It'll stick pretty good to a nice flat surface.
Let me see if I can find something I could get. Okay, I've got my gun cleaning kit.
I honestly have no idea why they even have this kickstand little foot on here, because,
Look at that.
like, dead honest, to me it serves no purpose. The bottom of this thing is 100% flat, so I can just stick it down on a flat surface.
Mine's rounded. Except for the side. The side's flat.
Yeah, I've got little grooves on the side of mine, but, I mean, other than that, it's still a fairly flat surface.
I can't stand mine up this way, but I can lay it on the side. So that's not too bad.
Only thing I hate about these is they take 3 AAA batteries, not 4.
Yeah, mine
not
does
2,
too.
3.
And you have to take the screws out to get to them.
Ha.
Yours is probably just a pop-off type situation.
Mine just slides off like a... Oh, there's my other batteries. Wait, hold on. Is this thing it? Wait, do I have power to this? Yeah, kind of sort of dead, though.
What?
The batteries. I thought I took these out a while ago.
I don't think I have. Mine's just one of those things. I don't know if Dan's still here, but he's out at the site right now, at the campsite. So...
Yeah, see, those blue ones you can get usually if you buy like, I think it's like $5 or $10 or more at Harbor Freight. If you have the coupon for it, you can get one of those flashlights for free.
Yeah,
like
this
four
is Cliff.
Yeah, I know those are. I knew right away that was a Harbor Freight flashlight.
Yeah, I know. I got like 10 of
I
them.
paid a quarter for this at a yard sale.
I don't know. I think I picked this up, this black and yellow one. I think I picked this up at Walmart. They were like
Walmart, yeah,
$3 a piece.
Yeah, I
But
saw
if you
Walmart.
don't have a flashlight, it is a good option. And like is a good way to think about it is a flashlight that works is better than no flashlight at all. I probably have more than one, but right now it's just sitting here for now.
I wonder how my batteries are doing.
Now, like when you were talking about the stuff you everyday carry, Cliff,
Yeah.
wherever I walk, I carry at least 6 to 10 ferro rods on me at any given time.
I have one big one in my carry bag and then one on me at all times.
Cliff, remember the shoelaces I got from Molly?
Yeah.
That's 4 right there. They're not big, but they're there. Well, CR, if you would have come down to the thing, you could have probably got one.
They
But
won't make it.
like half the fun of this whole thing is how well you can do in a given time period, and you get to go thrift shopping or flea market shopping.
Woohoo, much better.
To me, that's my favorite things. It's like a treasure hunt. You don't know what you're going to find until you find it.
When you have nice brand new batteries.
Brand new batteries are always good things.
Oh, yeah.
Oof.
I'm surprised CR hasn't tried to entice the ravens or the crows with washers to bring them stuff.
That's
I
what
know,
I
you gotta give them actual food, then they bring you shiny stuff.
Yeah, that too.
Cool, well, those are refreshed.
That's a cool watch band. If you can, what brand was that one, Jeff? I've heard of them. I don't have one. I just got the one I got from Cliff. I do have more paracord I carry with me, but it's not here right now. It's in my shorts pocket, which is in the hallway on the shelf.
Yeah, I got one somewhere around here that has my old work colors on it.
But like I said, I may not find everything on my list, but I'm going to try to find as much as I can.
Then I'm gonna hang this thing back up.
And as some people said, I mean, flea markets, people sell things like honey and other items like that. Fresh bread sometimes. Yes, sir. If I can find any of those items, those are considered consumables, and I'm going to put those on my list. Especially honey, because honey you can do a lot with honey.
Yes, you can. Eat it, turn it into sugar, use it as a glue.
You could use it for like a sealant for wounds.
Yep, glue.
Well, it's got antibacterial properties, so it's good for your wounds. But yeah, so I don't know about finding a ferro rod or anything like that, but I'm gonna try my best to see what I can find. If I get if I can talk the lady into giving me some more flint, then I'm gonna start looking for a mini file or something like that to see if I can get for doing a flint and steel set. So try to save as much money as I can to get as much as out of that $100 as I can.
Ooh, an idea I never even thought of. Ha! That blanket pin might actually fit on my shoulder strap for my messenger bag.
Hey, cheap Walmart thingies count when you don't have anything else. If that's what you got to start fires with, then that's what you got to use. Nothing wrong with putting your paracord bracelet on an Armorton. I'm sure that Cliff has made several watch bands.
No, actually, I haven't.
I'm surprised you haven't.
Problem with watch bands is majority of them are held on with a really, really small pin.
Right.
You have to have cordage small enough to fit around that pin in between that and the edge of the watch.
Right.
So you basically need like micro cord or like really small heavy duty fishing line, and then you have to run your cordage off of that.
Right.
Or silk line.
Now,
Yeah.
finding paracord would be a score of a lifetime, but if you can find it cheap, but not necessarily going to be able to find it. Now, bank line, like we were discussing, is a probability. The cement line that you were discussing, or the masonry line that Jason was mentioning earlier. If I could find any of that, that'd be a blessing. But I have no clue what I'm going to find, where I'm going to find it, and how much it's going to cost. But I got to budget everything I have to make sure I don't overspend.
Yeah, because once you run out of money, you can't buy anything else.
Then that's what we have. That's what I'll discuss. I mean, if I can get everything under $100, that'd be awesome. But I can't guarantee that.
Should be able to at least pick up an axe for like $5-10.
Axe will probably be on my list unless I can find a small folding saw or something like that. Because like I said, I don't know what I'm going to find until I get there.
Yeah, it's the tools that are going to cost you.
Well, the thing is, I mean, it depends. I mean, the type of vendor who sells tons of, say, storage locker stuff, they're not going to really care what they have because they don't know what they have. They just trying to get rid of it. They sell that kind of stuff there at the flea market. Or you can get lucky and find somebody who's got vintage gear of Boy Scout stuff or military stuff or this, that, and the other thing. I might get lucky and find those, but those are going to be costly because they're more specialized. But I'm going to try my best to find somebody who's got something they want to get rid of, and I can afford it. But cover, cutting tool, container, and carry are my top 4. Everything else is bonus.
Flashlights, even if it's one of those cheap generic ones.
That's under candling device. But yeah.
And hopefully the batteries work.
Now, comfort, like we were mentioning, find me a sleeping bag of some kind. But it doesn't have to be perfect. I don't want it to be one of those Mylar ones. But
yeah, those things are horrible. Those are really, really designed for like emergency situations.
Now, I would not use any of those for a cover situation, but I might use one of those Mylar tube sleeping bag things inside a tent.
So
Oh, dude, you'd be waking up in a puddle of water.
Oh, I'm sure I would be, but I would make sure if it's in a colder situation, I'd probably keep warmer than I would be without it.
yeah,
Yeah, but you still wake up in a puddle of water.
Well, I'm sure because I'd be sweating to death.
yeah, you can also use it to collect water too.
That's an option, but I'm not sure if you want to drink your own sweat water.
No, like I said, in my environment, all you have to do is hang it up with one of the corners hanging down into a cup overnight,
Right.
and the condensation on it will drip into the cup.
That's a good idea.
And now that you won't get a whole lot,
It's a 50-50 chance of raining.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping it doesn't, but I can't guarantee it won't. So I'm not so much worried about the water situation, though I am going to finally get to use an item I've got from the gathering for this particular trip. It's the USB powered pump for my water bottle, one of those giant 5-gallon water bottles. Because the location where we're going to be camping out is a primitive site. There's no running water. But I want something I can at least have water for drinking, washing hands, etc. So there's that. Just do it or just do it.
Do it.
do
Do the do. But everybody has their preferences of what they're going to start with, what they're going to look for. I'm just going to go see if I can keep my each at least 10 items, the main 10 items under $10 each, I'll be lucky. But I know that a backpack is going to cost more than just a tarp or something else. But I don't know until I see what I can find. Like Cliff said, if I could go through the entire place first, then pick out. But there's only one issue with that, Cliff. say you find items that you're thinking you were looking for. You're going the way through there. You mark where it's at. But by the time you get there, it's gone.
That's one of the
Yeah.
risks.
Yeah,
That's-
well, that's
That's
I
what,
understand
that's
the
another
first come
thing.
first serve scenario, but that's the path that I would choose.
Yeah, I mean it's a good strategy.
If I got stuck buying a 55-gallon lawn and leaf trash bag to store all my crap in, I guess, well, that's so be it. That's what fate has dealt. That's the hand that fate dealt me.
Now, would you use those guys 3 millimeter or 5 millimeter? Which one? I can't remember how they go. So
It's hard to tell when they're out of the box, and if they're in the box, yes, you can tell. But if they're out of the box, you never know what bags you're going to get.
right. So if you might actually get a bunch of those for like $2. Get them in a box or something like that because they want to get rid of the whole thing.
Yeah, you're usually only going to get about 5 to 6 of those maybe in a box. Even the small ones that you get at the like Dollar General, Dollar Tree, Family Dollar, you only get like 5 or 6 bags, or like 5 to 10 bags out of there.
Yeah. Hey, Scott. But the
What
thing is,
about
one of those things you can do is you can cut them open and make them bigger surface area, especially if you have duct tape available, if you can find some, which is totally probable. It may not be high quality duct tape, but still duct tape. You can make yourself a larger cover.
Yeah.
So that's an option. But between those two items, you can almost make yourself a whole shelter with that much.
Oh, you can. I've actually done that here at the house. I didn't film any of it because that was before I started doing actual filming for YouTube. But I took apart 2 trash bags to see what I could do with it. And one of them is wide enough that if you slept under it, basically like mummy style, just like packed up nice and tight, and you had it just slightly over you, they're wide enough to keep sunlight and maybe a little bit of moisture off of you. Long as heck, because those things, when you cut them in half lengthwise and then just unfold it, they basically turn into really long, like a slip and slide essentially. So you get like a 7.5, 8 foot long bag that you can't really do. I mean, it would be great as a ground cover, like to just lay on top of to keep you off of the ground. But I mean, you'd need a minimum of probably 3 to make a decent tarp style shelter that's gonna keep you fairly dry.
But that's an option. And then when you're done, you can just fold it back up and put it in your gear, and there you go.
Fold it, roll it, whatever you can do to get it as flat as possible.
Right. Or just roll it up in a ball, into a little tube, and attach it to whatever you're carrying everything with. Since you got duct tape, you'll have enough to make a little bit of cordage to do that.
That's assuming you can find duct tape.
That's on my list, actually. Duct tape can do a lot.
Sometimes you might get a roll of masking tape, and you know what? Masking tape is better than not having any tape.
Yeah. Those are pretty cool, Jeff. He was showing me his watch band with the survival stuff on it.
Nice.
Yeah, you can buy those and make your own cordage.
Now, yeah, the thing is, I'm going to basically see what I can get for $100 and just go from there. I mean, I'm sure there's better options out there. Even though you said you buy one thing here, you might find a better one down the line. But that's a crapshoot, as you know. You don't know what you're going to do until you get it. But it's better to have it than not. And what's the word? You have it and not need it, than need it and not have it.
That is again why I carry so much paracord on me. I still get people asking me all the time at work, like, why do you carry so much paracord? I'm like, why don't you have any?
Cliff, you know about this one.
Yeah, I know. Made one for Tyler, and I forgot that I put zip ties in it.
You know about the other. You know about my keychain one.
Yeah. Well, for Cliff, instead of gold, he wears paracord.
Okay. You know about my shoelaces.
Yep.
You know about my keychain, which I showed you that recently. You knew about the roll of paracord I keep in my backpack, right?
I have 2 rolls.
I have one big roll I keep in my backpack at the bottom of my back. It's probably about 100-foot roll, but I keep it there just in case I need it.
Jeff, do you wear that one, or do you just kind of have it attached to a bag?
Oh, here, I'll show you. That one I will show you because he sent me pictures.
Oh, he sent you the pictures of the stuff from his watch, but he says he still has the paracord bracelet that I gave him when I made the one for the giveaway.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, CR is going to be out in about 15 minutes.
He's going to be making supper.
I had a big old thing of sausage and spaghetti with sausage again.
I had KFC.
Yeah, goulash, basically spaghetti.
I did pick up something this week. Well, actually, not. Let me correct myself. Jenny bought me something this week for $4.74. Would you guys like to see what I
Is it
picked
another
up?
Stanley Cup?
No, it is not actually.
You know how expensive the Stanley Cup is?
Oh, those things are getting ridiculous.
No, it's covered in solid, or it's covered in silver.
He's talking about the hockey one, not the.
No, that's Stanley Cup.
That's Stanley Cup.
Yeah, silver plate. Jeff, that was your fault for giving me the wrong size then.
I gave you the wrong size on mine, and I'm actually happy with it.
I think I made either. I think Jeff's is either too small or he just got too fat.
Actually, mine was only like a half an inch too big, but I'm okay with that. I like it a little bigger. I got used to it. But what Jenny got me for $4.74 was a Kelty Coyote 80 pack for $4.74. On Amazon, these are $170.
Mm.
That's how much it would be if you sold that on Facebook Marketplace for
Probably
100.
more than that. But what I found out when I tried it on, one of the cons it had on it, which is really funny, it was too long and too wide. It fit my body perfectly. I was happy that, I mean, I was like almost crying. I found something that fit me without on this current body style, you know.
With those current proportions?
Yeah, exactly. You know how hard it is to find something with a fat guy body? It's not. But $4 and well, I get a 20% discount. It was $5.95 originally, with a 20% discount for being military. So, only thing it doesn't have is a rain cover, and I'm going to pick up a new one of those because it needs
Trash
one.
bag.
No, I'm not going trash bag. I'm going one that fits because I'm not going to half-ass that. This is going to be my regular pack that I'm going to use for my Bugout Bag or backpacking. My old one, which is the Ascent pack I got from Bass Pro, is going to go to Jenny because it'll fit her better. But what do you guys think? Is that a good deal? There's Coyote 80, Kelty. And I was like, I was really ecstatic about that. And it literally doesn't choke me when I put it on. Oh, he's blaming you on the cordage, Cliff.
Yeah, I think I do remember saying something like that. But I couldn't remember because when he said that, then yeah, that kind of sounded like. Because the way when I make those things, I make the fat ones like you have, and yeah, I think I probably say that when I made it, I forgot to account for the thickness of it. So usually when I make them that thick, I usually give them an extra inch, like half an inch to 3/4 of an inch.
Yeah, this is the one he did for me.
I don't make those things thin. The inside of that paracord has like 8 strands going back and
Look how
forth.
thick that is. And like I said, I'd have no problem with it being big because I could just I slide it up if I need to wash my hands or something like that. I wash it every once in a while. It's slowly wearing out.
Does not shrink or stretch.
This one here has got some wear on it, as you can see right there. But I wear it every day. Only thing I don't wear it is in the shower.
I used to wear mine in the shower, but then I got tired of sleeping with a cold ass wet ankle.
That's another reason why I don't wear mine in the shower. I mean, I wash it and I dry it and that kind of thing. But okay, I was wondering what was happened.
Hey Doug, how's it going? He snuck in and just randomly. No, I don't deer hunt, unfortunately.
No, He's actually been here from the beginning. He was
Really?
the second one in.
Doug, you've
Cornbread
just been
was the
sitting there
first one,
hiding in the
then he was.
background, drinking beers.
Yep, he's been in the background. No, but it's going to be interesting to see how things work out this weekend.
Oh, Jeff got another commercial.
Yeah, I have the commercial thing balanced this time. YouTube basically makes it different for everybody, but balanced. Unlike that one day that Rob on the Road got like 23 or 25.
I think it was CR that got that many.
Was it CR that got all those messages?
Yeah, with CR got something like 23 freaking commercials. Like you got one like every 5 or 6 minutes, something like that.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. That's just too much. But I'm less than $1 away from getting paid. Welcome back.
Glad to be back. No, like I said, the internet just blipped out.
Well, I was wondering. I was like looking up and I didn't see. I go, oh, what happened? I went to
I did until Molly said that she lost internet. I honestly didn't even notice Jason had disappeared.
I noticed we got bigger.
No offense, my brain is I just did not see the box vanish.
Oh, then I'm not sure. Did you see the new pack, Jason?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I was only up for about maybe 3 minutes.
Okay, it's a Coyote 80 Kelty. On eBay, it's $169.95 plus shipping and handling. And I got it for less than $5.
That's a pretty good deal right there.
And it's an upgrade from. It's only a little bigger than my old one, but it does fit this body a little bit better. And I can actually put the chest strap across, and it doesn't choke me. Because usually the ones I have end up riding up here because it's too small.
Yeah, they always slide up.
But this one here, they said it's too long and too wide. Which I got a long upper body and I'm very wide, so that worked out perfect. And my belly, I can put the lap belt on, and it doesn't cut into my belly fat at all. And the really good thing about it, the aluminum stays in this thing.
Do they stay?
You can see these right here. They're really freaking sturdy, and they have hard plastic inserts or something in the waistband here. This right here is hard plastic.
Yeah. It looks like it's molded, hard molded plastic at least.
It is. And it has 2 pockets, one on each side. And it's really padded really freaking well. When I first got it, was checking it out, the back portion here, this part here, was way down here. I shoved it all the way up to the top, and it's like really, really, really freaking comfortable. And only thing it doesn't have is a rain cover. This is supposed to be able to come off and use it as a
standalone backpack kind of thing.
Waist pack of some kind. I don't understand how that would work, but I think there's straps. Yeah,
there should be clips. It should just unclip, but
it's got a clip right here.
Pain in the butt.
It's got a clip right there. But I'm probably not going to use it as that. I'm just going to leave it right where it's at. I am going to try to find a proper rain cover for it. And
you're sure it didn't come with a rain pack or with a rain cover?
According to Amazon, they didn't have one, but I haven't looked.
Check the absolute bottom of that. Sometimes the rain cover's down on the bottom.
There's no pocket. Usually there's a pocket down here for that, and I'm not seeing one. Either on the side or behind the waist belt. Let me open it up and check on the inside because I haven't really done that yet. Let me sit back a little bit here.
I've got one of my backpacks. It's weird. I have a little Velcro pocket on the bottom, and you stuff it down there.
Let me take off the top.
Which is really weird, in my opinion, that they would put the rain cover at the bottom instead of at the top. Because, like, in order to get it out, you have to turn the backpack upside down. It's kind of weird.
it's got the top. You can reach it and get through the top, or you can open up the big one like this one. And the sleeping bag goes on the bottom, and it's got a mesh pocket that zips. If I want to keep things separate from the front, here, let me make myself big for this. Because it's got the mesh pocket here, I can zip it the front up and separate some things that way. And inside that one, they have a hydration pack set up where I can run a hydration pack out of it. I've not set one up with it yet because I just got it literally yesterday. I wasn't planning on getting it until today or tomorrow, but it turns out that Jenny bought it for me without me really knowing. So it's going to be interesting to see how that turns out. Because I'm not sure. Oh, there it is. There's a pocket for the hydration port right there. But they say it's like a 77 liter pack, not exactly an 80-liter pack. It's going to be interesting to see how I get everything in here.
The liters on that are a rough estimation, and that's if you have the pack completely, fully extended. And I mean, even the inside cover that usually has a drawstring to tighten everything up, if you have that fully expanded, because mine has a weird little expansion sector, so I have like 2 collars on there,
Right.
one of mine. But yeah, if you have that fully expanded all the way to the top, you might get that extra 3 to 5 liters in there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't plan on stuffing it. I mean, I would generally set this up for a backpacking situation. But to me, backpacking and bugging out and all that stuff is all the same thing. With a few exceptions.
Hey, quiet.
But pocket-wise, it's got 2 bottle pockets on either side. It's got 2 side pouches. You got one here and another here. It's got the
What are you doing?
Enough.
pouches and
Simon
main compartment.
DPS.
To answer your earlier question, no, I do not have. It does not have a rain cover.
Bummer.
That's one of the. It does say that on the website that it does not come with one, but I can order one, and I'm going to do so in the same color as this is, and yeah. Because this is like twice as much room as my other one.
Quiet.
Because that thing is freaking huge. And also there's the top cover 1, 2. It's got a pouch too. So
Later, CR. Catch you on the flip
Later,
side.
CR.
well, CR. Before you go, what?
He already left.
Okay,
Oh, maybe he didn't.
I was gonna say what's for supper. But I'm like I said, I'm gonna I've had Kelpie packs before, mostly day packs. This is my first full on pack of this size and capacity, which I think is going to be a lot more comfortable in the long run for me anyway. And I got some more storage and stuff I can put probably near the waist waist belt and stuff. But for $5.95 what they were offering in the $4.74 that I paid for it, I think I did pretty good.
See if you still have them around your location, or if Walmart even still sells them, try to find these things.
What is it?
This is what they consider an alligator clip.
Okay.
Yeah, those
But
are cool.
I don't
these
think I've ever
ones-
seen one of those. I mean, I know what it is, but I've just never not seen one
Yeah,
at
we may
Walmart.
have them.
Most of the ones you have that they make they have that little slide on the side where you just slide it up and they lock in there. Don't buy those ones. If you can find this one is actually a thread. This one's actually threaded.
Okay, does it have an actual name written on it?
Yeah, alligator clips. No, this one doesn't have an actual name on it, but they're called alligator clips.
Okay, is it a backpacking one, or what's it called?
No, it'll usually find it in like the tarp section or tarp attachments or whatnot. I have a whole bunch of. I have like 12 of these things. I bought a whole ton of these. They were like $4 a pack.
Okay, they're alligator tarp clips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one like you got is called, it's a tarp clip. It's a heavy duty tarp clip by Expose.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, these things are
$13.99 on Amazon.
Yeah, they're a little tad expensive, but they do have the cordage ring, and then they have this inner slot here, which you can actually run cordage through, and it's rounded.
Okay, let me see if I can find that particular one because I've got a couple I'm looking at.
Oh, I
here.
know.
Did you get yours from Harbor Freight?
Walmart.
Harbor Freight.
Harbor Freight's got them for $4.99.
Oh, she ordered them online.
No, I picked up mine at Walmart back when they actually started selling these.
Let me see. Let's see.
Yeah, mine's still like $5 for the pack.
I'm checking.
I mean,
Walmart.
does
Yeah,
that
that's the
really?
side one.
But,
You said not to get that
I
one.
mean, if you really wanted to, you could probably get it. It'd be kind of hard to do this one-handed, but I mean, yeah, if you really wanted to, you could, get a knife in there. I mean, it's you get it tight enough. Well, the blade on this isn't exactly flat, but yeah, this holds pretty decent. And the teeth, if you notice, the teeth are actually facing backwards.
Shark teeth.
Okay,
Yeah.
Cliff, is this what you're talking about? Here, I'll show you.
Yep. Exact ones.
I'm not sure what brand this is. Like,
Oh, that's a different design on those, but yeah, essentially the same thing.
Okay, they want $6.22 for those. I'd have to get them shipped, obviously.
Yeah, I think those are the newer made ones, but yeah. I have some of the older ones, but yeah, these things, they're fairly heavy. I mean, it's heavy duty plastic.
Right.
Yeah.
You're talking like heavy duty ABS plastic here. But
nylon.
yeah, these things, because of the way you have the option of holding down cordage in multiple positions.
Right.
You can do it on the front side here, back side in this little hole. And like I said, that back hole right here is actually contoured to the shape of the hole here. So it actually curves like this. So you can use this, clip it on your tarp, and you can run that cord through that little hole right there.
Mm-hmm.
Basically give yourself a little pulley.
I had an idea with that one just now, Cliff. If you think about it, if you could find yourself a little bearing set up that'll fit in there, you could use it as a bearing block.
Yeah, that'd be a really awkward bearing block because you'd have to find a bearing small enough to fit in that hole.
That's what I meant.
And I'd rather not have to waste one of these just to put a bearing in there.
Right.
I'd rather have this for the specific needs of actually running tarp line or cordage through.
Yeah, those are on my list, but not high priority. Those
Yeah,
are
I wouldn't know. I'm just saying if you can get them because I mean I've got a bunch of these things and I have them attached to various locations on packs.
I think the biggest thing I'm probably going to be looking at, one of the things I might be looking for, if I can find it, not guaranteed, is some kind of filtration capability. I don't know if that's going to be like a Brita water pitcher thing or what, but I'm going to try to find something.
Oh, here you go. I found $13.49. Sorry, $13.99. You get. Oh, I about smashed the crap out of my computer.
If you want to share it, feel free. I'll pop it up.
You get 10 of these, and then 10 looks like 10 looped bungee cords.
Oh, well, that might work.
So here,
The tarp I have, I got from Walmart. It's a 5x7. I don't think it has the grommets, but that's
Yep.
that's pretty good.
So yeah, you get 10 of these exact same ones that I have. You get 10 of the bungees, and essentially it's for doing stuff like this.
Right. But the heavy duty, but the Essex ones, like they're showing on the top there, a lot more sturdier than the little bungee ball things.
Yeah, well, you see how that grips onto that tarp right there because of the.
The more you pull, the tighter the grip.
Tighter it gets. Well, the thing is, the way those teeth are designed, it sits in that where because all those tarps when they fold them, they always have this one little strip of like string or something through there.
To reinforce it.
Yeah, it won't slip off. And these actually have. Let me see if I can zoom in on this one here. Let's see here. So you see right there on the back of the bottom tooth, it has that little indentation.
Right.
And so if you can grab onto things that may or may not have a standard flat space, or so like again the tarps with the cordage that run through there, or something with a really rolled or folded edge, you can stick them in there and clamp them on there.
Now those little bungee things there, I don't trust those with my life.
Those actually, dude, I've been using those things for years.
I've had them snap and go flinging, and when you get a hard plastic ball flinging at your head, you're ducking for cover because those things will come out at a high rate of speed if they're overextended. I have seen them overextended.
Yeah, well, you don't overextend them. They're basically used and designed for, like what they have here on this picture, kind of like not so it's super, super sturdy, but to give your tarp enough leeway and spring that the wind, when it pulls on it, doesn't rip out the grommets.
Well, that's what happened with it. We had them on our tent, and the wind was too strong, and all you heard was because the balls would come flying at you, and you're like hitting.
But yeah, there you go. I mean, it's you get a bunch of these and those little clippies.
Doug says check out the Gatco kit. I'm not familiar with that one. You have a link, by the way, Doug? Because we accept any link you got. Sorry. Didn't mean to be yawning, but yeah. I am going till 10 o'clock, folks. So
Alrighty.
I've got more time since I'm off tomorrow, but I'm just gotten used to getting off at 9:30 normally. But tonight I'm going to extend it because this is getting a really interesting topic. No, thank you for those clip ideas there, Cliff. I might add them to my list.
Am I still on this thing? Yeah. You mean one of these, Doug?
What is it?
Sharpening kit.
Okay. I do have one of those clamps, Cliff, but it's not for what you think it is. I got one similar to use with my broadheads.
Yeah, that's essentially the same thing. I could do the same thing with this one if I was sharpening broadheads.
But I have one though. I don't have a full kit or anything. There is something I do think I need to get, but I don't have, and that is a puck.
Now, I have like 2 of those somewhere. I just don't know.
I don't have any of them, but I've been trying to take care of my hatchets. But I don't. All I have is a file. I need a puck to do it properly. We lost Jason.
I'm right here.
It's hard to tell. You could be taking a nap for all we know.
No, not yet.
You.
She's all, no, not yet.
Not yet.
Dang you, Scuba Steve.
No, it's going to be interesting to see what we come up with this weekend.
Oh, that's where that stupid thing goes.
I don't know if we're going to allow you guys to judge, and but I want you guys critique what you guys think. Good points, bad points. To see how we do. Even Ian is willing to show off the gear that he's finding.
Really?
Yep. All I ask him to do is he's going to point out his gear, what he got, and why he chose it. Because he's going to be running off doing his own thing. He's probably going to do it as fast as he physically can. Now, I'm not sure if he's going to be keeping an eye on his budget or not. But
well, he's going to have to because he runs out. He ain't going to get no damn money.
Nope. And we'll know if he spends more than his $100 because he has his own money to do all this with. So
yeah, he might travel through too fast and miss stuff too.
He does. And me, I go slow anyway because I don't want to miss anything. But I do try to generalize a lot. Do a general scan of an area to see if there's anything in my first initial scan to see if there's something I might be needing. but
Nope.
generally that helps me if I want to stop at a booth or not. If they have knives, I'll stop in and check them out because
By the
you
way,
don't know
that
if
one. Oh, of course, that's. There we go. I can get the bottom one. That's a
Lansky?
Lansky sharpener.
you got a Lansky.
This one actually came in one of the subscription boxes that I was getting a while back.
Well, that's cool.
And I was like, ooh, knife sharpener.
I've got the cheapy one I got from actual Dollar Tree, and I have files.
I
That's
have
about
that
it.
Smith's one that I bought that before the camping trip that I found for like $8.
Now the thing is, a lot of the ones there's two different. To me, there's two different types of decent sharpening stones. There's the oil ones, and then there's the water ones.
Whetstones?
Yeah, the whetstones you actually have to soak before you could touch them. Not just wet them down, but soak them.
Yep.
But the thing is, they don't
pretty
always
nice.
advertise what they are. They just say it's a sharpening stone. What kind?
Oh, you can tell if it looks like a brick, it's a whetstone. Looks like a clay brick.
No, the thing is it a water kind or is it an oil kind?
Okay, the gray stone is usually going to be the oil, and the stuff that looks like a clay brick, that is going to be your
Water.
whetstone, your water stone.
Okay.
Well, here's the thing on that one. You can do both with either one. The problem is the minute you put oil on a stone and use it as an oil stone, that is the only thing you're ever going to use that for.
Right. Well, like I said, the ones Dollar Tree was selling these whetstones, whatever these sharpening stones, for $1 in their utility section.
Oh my goodness.
They're not
That's
the
on
best.
internet again?
Oh no, somebody sent me a video, and it's a person turning a 55-gallon drum into a cooler. They're using dry ice and water to cool.
I'm sorry, are they trying to make a bomb?
No, it's carbon dioxide.
Yeah,
They're
but
gonna
that's only
create-
if you're sitting in it.
No, in a room, you're going to suffocate yourself.
Inside a house,
Yes.
not outside. Yeah, I can understand that's stupid.
Jeez.
That's not a smart thing.
Man, I'll probably get flack for this one, but the thing is with that one is that stuff is going to sink.
Yeah, but you still fill up a room.
Eventually, but if you've got ventilation, there shouldn't be an issue.
You set up every carbon dioxide sensor in the house.
Yeah, it might take a while, but yeah, you will eventually.
Yeah, they add the water to the dry ice. Yeah.
It's like those idiots that keep dying in pools because they fill the swimming pool with dry ice, where they're all sitting at the surface, like bobbing up and down like bobbers.
Yeah, I know.
Self-suffocation. Well, yeah, dude, you're basically breathing in a cloud of no
Or
air.
they get frostbite.
No, it actually removes the oxygen out of the air.
But I understand that part. But it's still, they get frostbite.
If you hold it without gloves, yes.
Yes.
In a water situation, you can still get frostbite.
It doesn't make water cold. It just creates gas.
Yeah.
It's an inert gas that eats
Commercial?
oxygen.
Another commercial?
NBA playoffs.
Oh, that commercial you can skip.
I got GoHunt.com about bow hunting. I'm good with that one. A lot of bow hunting gear and clothing.
Will?
I'm okay with that one.
Everybody's saying the same thing about that video. Darwin
I
Award.
will be doing a secondary search for stuff as I'm going. If I find any archery gear, I am definitely going to be looking for those. Seeing about picking something up. That will be outside the $100 stuff, though. And Amazon.com, budget phones.
The easiest to sharpen and the sharpest knife you own. Probably the Mora.
I got 3 Moras that I carry. The Moras are probably the easiest because they have the Scandi grind.
Yeah, those are the easiest to sharpen and are the sharpest for the most part.
Generally, I try not to touch them because the blades themselves are still pretty good. Their edges stay pretty sharp on their own.
Swedish steel, so yeah, they're going to stay sharp for a while.
Yeah, so I don't mess with those. The other ones I have is the one I got from Pepper when she went to Yellowstone. I've got my trade knife, and then there's my skinny knife. I don't count the coast knife at all that I got from Tyler because that one's going to probably be regulated to a fishing knife. Notice I said fishing knife, not fillet knife, because I don't like the way it feels. That's my answer. I'm sticking to it. Now, do I need a fillet knife? Probably, but I don't know if I should, waste the time and energy to learn how to do it, because I basically just cut them a little bit, clean them, and then peel them like a banana. Then cook them. Keep as much meat on the all together as I can. But fishing there's fishing there where we're going to be camping, so I don't know whether if Ian's going to get up in the middle of the morning and go fishing or not, but we're going to see.
How the hell does one get up in the middle of the morning?
When you wake up.
Anywhere between 7 a.m. and noon is middle of the morning.
I have never once heard anybody say, I'm going to get up in the middle of the morning. It's always, you have to get up in the middle of the night to pee.
It's like the crack of noon. You've heard that one, I'm sure.
Yeah, I used to use that as a kid.
Exactly. Same thing.
It was actually the butt crack of noon.
But which is basically the same thing anyway.
Yeah.
There you go.
No,
I don't own a gut hook. I don't see any. I mean, I don't skin deer or anything like that. I don't go after big game as much as people think I do. I go after small game because it's more plentiful.
Well, that and you're not wasting as much material.
That too. I mean, it's easier for me to stalk and shoot a rabbit than it is me to try to fight 60 guys for one deer. So
Not only that, you got to skin the deer, quarter the deer, drag the damn deer out.
That's what Molly was saying. You got to drag it out.
you got all this other crap. I could fit like 2 or 3 rabbits in my hunting jacket compared to one deer. I have less work to do.
Yeah, you know how many squirrels you can get in just a few hours?
Yeah, squirrels, same thing.
Well, SD, don't bend over in front of a mirror.
No, there is a something I've talked about before. I do plan on getting a black powder shotgun rifle, whatever you want to call it, where I can do a double hunt for turkey or deer in Iowa, because I think shotgun season, muzzleloader season, and bow season cross over. And if I can't get with one, I'll get them with the other.
Bow and then you're good to go.
Huh?
You need a muzzle-loaded bow and you're good to go.
There's no such thing, but good idea. But the thing is, if I have both with them with me, I could use either one, as long as I have the licensing to cover both. That way, I could stand there and just, if I see one and it's just too far out for me to use comfortable with the bow, I take them out with the bow. What Scott said.
Scott's response, because he said, off the subject, say no to crack. I caught a glimpse today. Damn. So I told him, what, you bend over in front of a mirror? He's all, no. It was sitting on a bench when I was driving out of town. Dying over here.
Oh, man. I got 7 more minutes, folks.
Alrighty.
But I'm just letting you guys know that, I was it's going to be really interesting this weekend, and I will try to catch up on yours there this weekend, Cliff, because the campgrounds actually has 4G apparently.
Well, that's good.
Good signal. So that's at least. Jenny told me I'm not allowed to take my laptop. So, because of the rain and weather and stuff, she doesn't want me to bring it. So, which makes sense.
Yeah, if you're not there Saturday, no worries. It's no
Well, I
skin
mean,
off my back.
well, you did see Dan in here, right?
Herbert?
Earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to scroll all the way to the top, but that was what
He was-
20 minutes after
Where
before
he actually was doing this from was the campsite. He's actually camped out right now, but he's here. He was here at least earlier. I'm not sure if he's still here, but he was here earlier.
No, because when I started saying hi to everybody, if he was still here, he would have said hi to me, and yeah, I'm pretty sure he came in the first 5-10 minutes and then bailed.
No, he was like about halfway, but yeah, not too far though. I called him and talked to him earlier today when I was at work, but before I got off at 4. But ever since they moved me over to the DAV thrift shop, it's been really interesting about thrifting when you can't thrift during your work shift, and you still want to make sure you don't lose anything. But it's going to be interesting. I'm definitely going to be missing Scott. I wish he could have made it, but it happens.
Yeah,
I mean,
timing, bad
I just
luck.
couldn't afford the cabin because the cabin, $70 a night is one thing. $170 a night is way out of my price range. Especially when you need it someplace for 2 nights and everything else. Pop what in there, Scott? It got quiet here, folks.
Yeah, it did.
Typing, sorry.
Well, the person who's not talking too much is you Jason.
Yeah.
Are you
I think
okay?
I'm tired still from
Yeah.
yesterday.
Oh, I am tired.
My eyes are extremely tired. By the way, when I got off your live yesterday, I talked to Jenny for like a minute, put my glasses on the stand next to me, kicked back, and I was out cold. She said it took less than a minute.
Oh no, we were thunderstorming last night pretty good.
Okay. Cool, Jeff.
Amanda was thunderstorming. I'm sitting here watching all of the east getting smacked by thunderstorms.
We
And
were reading off and on ourselves.
Dry as paper. Dry as paper.
Ugh.
We got
No
a
more
50-50 chance on Saturday for the rain, so hopefully it's not going to be too bad. Though I am highly debating about see what Ian would say if I put the ice fishing shelter in my truck. I told him he's got to sleep in that. He'd probably kill me.
He has to sleep in the truck.
Huh?
Tell me he has to sleep in the truck.
No, because he would do that.
No, in the back of the truck, not in the cab, in the back of the truck.
No, he won't do that. I don't know. I mean, actually, I don't know if that would work or not. Because I don't know if my
big enough park, you can.
No, my ice fishing shelter. I don't know if it might not fit in the back or not.
No, it won't. Those things are usually about 6-8 feet wide.
Yeah, it's like a 2 to 3 man one.
Yeah, probably about 6 or 8 feet wide. It might fit lengthwise, but it's going to be squished in there weird.
Right. But it's just it has no floor though. That's because it's an ice fishing shelter. It's not supposed to have a floor. But yeah, it's something.
That's because, Doug, I don't live in a
Fishbowl?
No, I don't live in a disaster zone.
Tornado alley?
So I'm not too concerned with losing my house to a hurricane
Or flood.
or a tsunami.
Okay, folks, I'm going to call it just a titch early because I'm barely holding my eyes open. Thank you all for coming. Guys, thank you guys for coming up. I really appreciate it. And, Cliff, thank you for the, commentary and everything else. And, oh, man, it's going to be an interesting weekend. Oh, just for you guys, just let you know, something that CR mentioned about doing on my live, was it my live or your live, or I can't remember. He wants to play D&D. And I wasn't sure if anybody else would be interested.
Nah, really. I'd have to find my books.
Well, it's it's an old school second edition module, but used with
I
the new
have
5e rules.
first through third gen books.
Well, it's Castle Greyhawk. It's it's a whole punny adventure. If anybody's interested, we play it on here
Man,
just for fun, and it would not be like every week or anything like that. Just every once in a while.
Is that a family game night?
I'm off tomorrow all day.
Oh, nice, Jeff. That's right. Early congratulations and
Congratulations
Good luck with all
to gaining a son-in-law.
another one.
Another one. Okay, what's this one's besides Jamie? What's this one's name?
Yeah, sorry.
I feel you on that one.
That's why my eyes are burning, dude.
I passed out. I was like laying in bed from like 2:30 to like 5-ish.
Okay,
I was like,
let me log out here. I'm out of here in 5, 4,
Yep.
3,
Good night,
2,
everybody.
1. There.